and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, this is your boy Martin G, aka the Crime Chaser. I am live, uncut, and unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. I love being black. Now, don't say that if you're afraid of being black. Now, some people they don't want to associate with black because they know black people are being prosecuted, looked down on, made fun of. But guess what? We're still here. We've been through the fire, we've been through the storm, but we're still here. We're still here. We made it, people. All right, come on in. Make sure you share the video, like the video. I need you guys to come on in. I am live, uncut, unedited. This is where I tell the truth and shame the devil. Now, there are some who agree, and there are some who disagree. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. Just come on in. And we're still learning about foreign affairs. All right. It's been a lot going on. I want you guys to come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I love being black. Black love, black love, black unity. Yep. Yep. We talking about just about the same thing we talked about yesterday, but we're gonna go. It was so many people that called in. People was calling, they wanted to talk, but hey, it was time for me to get off. So I promise you guys I was coming back on at 8, but look, it's 9, but I'm here. I am definitely here. All right, come on in before we get started. All right. And if you in this chat, please represent where you're from. If you're from Chicago or Texas or something, please put it in the chat. Wherever you're from. Wherever you're from, let me know where you're from. Texas, Chicago, St. Louis, Minnesota, Washington. Let me know. I would love to know where you're calling, where you guys are from. Put it in the chat. Please do that for me. Put it in the chat, and I'll love it. Love it. Please put in the chat where you at. Where you located at. Texas in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Texas in the house. Chicago in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Come on in. And we're going to talk about the same thing, people. The same thing. I promise you, the same thing. I'm live, people. I'm live. Come on in. And it's a lot going on here in the world. Gangster Trump. Trump is a gangster, y'all. He went over to the other country and did what he did. Yeah, that's a lot going on. Come on in, people. Come on in. I'm live, uncut, unedited. Did you guys come on in? We got a great subject today, and I want you guys to come on in and listen up. Listen up. All right. U.S. captures Maduro. What happens next? Maduro. All right. What happens now? All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I need you to represent whatever state you're from, whatever city you're from. Hit it in the inbox. Come on, I need y'all to interact with me. Come on and tell the truth. Shame the devil. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. Come on and shame the devil. I love being black. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, come on in. All right, where you from, people? Let me see where you from. All right, Corey Hillard, where you from? Hey, Corey, you Chicago. Joined. All right. All right, we got some more people calling in. We already got 2 people in. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. We taking calls too. All right. Let's come on in. Come on in. All right, let's get the screen up. All right. Come on in. We got 2 callers waiting. Come on. We got 2 callers waiting. I think it's 2. Yeah, it should be 2. I heard 2. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. While are we waiting, let me know where you're from. Please type in where you're from. Please let me know where are you calling from. Let me know. Let your boy know. Let me know. Let me know where you calling from. Yeah. Come on. Yep. I'm live. All right, I'm live. Come on in. Come on. Type in where you're from. Chicago. We're gonna get started. This is a spinoff from yesterday. Now he's captured. What's next? Are the villains swaying? They going back to their own country, or are they staying here, or what? Come on, people. Talk to me. Talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know where you're at, calling from. All right. Chicago, California. All right. All right. Come on. Calumet Park. Hello, Chicago, Chicago, Austin area, Illinois. Illinois. That's a good one. All right. Come on in, people. All right. We're going to take the first caller. All right, caller. Come on, caller. 872 9433. I believe you're the first caller. 9433. You're the first caller. Come on. What's next?
Hey, Mark.
What's next?
You know what? I totally agree with Mama Doris. This is a distraction. He's trying to distract us, but Donald Trump needs to get somewhere and sit down because he's starting a whole lot of chaos.
Trump need to go sit down, huh?
He needs to go sit down. I really, I said that. I read it. I watched the CNN news. I ain't watched the channel that I watched CNN. He needs to go somewhere and sit down, Marty. I'm just gonna tell the truth. This is a distraction to get us away from the real stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You say it's a distraction, huh?
Yeah, it's a total distraction.
So what do you think next? Okay, they captured Maduro. What do you think is what's going to happen now? What you think the next plan is? What do you think?
Truthfully, I think he's trying to start a war because he knows he's not going back in the White House. So he's, like I said yesterday, he's on chaos. It's on chaos.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you. Okay. Well. All right. All right. Hold on. Let's see what the next person has to say. All right. All right, caller. I think that's Roosevelt. 3268. Come on, Roosevelt. What's now?
What's going on, Martin?
What's happening now, Fred? Roosevelt.
Well, sorry I couldn't get on the show yesterday. I caught the tail end of it, but it was still a very, very good show. But I agree with the first caller before me. Maybe it is a distraction for something bigger. And in 2026, you have to think about it. I mean, you know, this year is what? The 250th anniversary of this country. So it seems like in certain times, or let's just say certain years, certain things happen. Like 2020 was a big, big year. So what happened in 2020? The whole COVID thing. What can happen now with the 250th anniversary of the country? You know, now they've, invaded, Venezuela and taken Nicolas Maduro and his wife captive, which is an act of war, by the way. It's not trying to go to war. Basically, you are actually in war anytime you've invaded a sovereign nation and taken their leader as, a hostage and political, hostage. So what could be next? I think maybe some kind of disaster or maybe some kind of bombing or some kind of false flag type of thing could happen or disaster could happen that the United States is going to plan and then maybe blame on another nation in this 250th year of this country. I mean, it could be something big that is about to happen in this country because that was an act of war. What it is. So basically, yeah, we are at this hasn't been declared as of yet, but really we are at war with Venezuela because there's some Venezuelans who are probably happy that Maduro has been, taken into custody, but yet you have some who are completely pissed or whatever, like about that. And plus, you have all of these people now over here. So with the Venezuelans that are over here, if they're upset about maybe their president being taken or whatever and being brought up on charges, what what did they do possibly to the rest of us, all because of what one man, which is Donald Trump, actually did? That could mean it could be curtains for all the rest of us because they can think that all the rest of us Americans who might not, let's just say, have the same opinions and thoughts maybe as Donald Trump, actually think the same way that he did, that their leader needs to be captured. So it could be something that could happen to one of us because they're taking it out. They can't take it out on him, but they could take it out on one of us citizens. It plus and stuff. I know that you always say that you're race first and everything, but at this point, I don't think it's about black, white, Latino, about Asian or anything. Just any one of us is just American citizens because they could just be upset that their leader has been captured. Because how can you go into another nation and capture their leader, and most of all, the first lady, and bring them charges and say all of a sudden you running the country? And this is a whole separate sovereign nation with their own rules and laws. But yet you have some idiots over here talk about, well, he was a dictator. He was abusing and killing his own people. I mean, in this country, they just doing it a whole nother way. We get discriminated against. There's redlining. There's racism. There's prejudice. So we're being killed and taken advantage of in a whole nother way in this country, but no one is talking about the sins of the United States. But the sins of the United States wants to bring up the sins of other countries. And I think if people want to live under whatever kind of government that they want to live under, if they want to live under a communist dictatorship, okay, God bless them. If they want to live under an Islamic republic ruled by Sharia law, okay, good. God bless you. I mean, but just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? How can you invade another country just like they talked about? Well, we'll make sure Iran never has a nuclear weapon. You tell another country what not to have. It's almost as bad just because you have a YouTube program and I have a YouTube program, which you know about, of me saying to you, well, Martin, I got my YouTube program or whatever, and then, I can have one or something, but you can't have a camera and a setup in your home, but yet I can have one. I mean, how can I tell another man like you what to have in your own home? Because I don't get it. Well, as many problems as we have in this country, like I said, it don't even matter what color you are, or even what religion you are, or what you choose to call yourself. As many problems as we have in this country, that we have to fix the problems that we have in this country before we go on and start picking on other countries. And it seems like the United States wants to always be the world's police. We need to that's the problem with this whole thing now. We're taking care of and trying to look after everyone else and worried about what everybody else is doing instead of taking care and worried about our own citizens. You say it all the time, and it's true.
Well,
Siobhan, Nate has joined.
Okay, we got another caller. Okay, if you're on this live, especially if you YouTube, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay, we have another caller. All right, let me pull the screen up. All right. Come on, young lady. Come on.
All right. PCC family, PCC.
Hold on. Hold on. I wasn't talking about you, young lady. You old now. Not messing with you. Go ahead.
Oh.
Stop it. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead. Go ahead, sister. Talk to us. That's a joke now.
No, I think
don't beat me up. Go ahead.
A great topic. Okay. No, I think this is a great topic. Okay. And me, first and foremost, I'm a student, so I'm here to listen. I want to hear, but I got some questions. I got some real questions for us, the people, because again, we gotta
really look at some things that's been happening, man can do what man has done. Man can do what man will do. So when you look at the demonstration of Trump, you have to say, where was this effort? Where has this effort been at when it comes to reparations? Where is this effort when it comes to our healthcare system? Where is this type of effort when it comes to our judicial system? Where is this effort when it comes to our institutions, school system, jail system? There's a massive effort when it comes to anything outside of America. You look on Christmas, he gets real close to bombing the northern western area of Nigeria, Burkina Faso. Why are you all the way over there? The new year comes and he goes and he attacks Venezuela, kidnaps their president and the president's wife, and then bypasses the United Nations, bypasses the White House, and send this man all the way to New York, his stomping ground. Man can do what man will do by force, by any means. This man he didn't take a page, he took a chapter right out of Garvey's book. Right out of Garvey's book. Come on, man. This man imposes his will on whoever he wants. I ain't mad at him. Because any nation, regardless of what nation you're going to claim, is going to work for self and self-best interest. Now, if I say I'm a race-first woman, 9 times out of 10, I'm working in the betterment of my race. This man says he's a first-willed man. He's working in the better interest of his will first. So again, whatever benefits him, he's going after it by any means, as we all should do. So I'm not in no position to say what I think is right, what's wrong. I do want to know who put the bounty out. Who put the bounty out?
I heard it. Now, to me, I want to say this. Correct me if I'm wrong, audience, because y'all know I don't know everything. I heard Joe Biden put it out $25 million first. He was the one put it out on him.
There it
Joe
is.
Biden. Okay.
I heard America got a piece of the bounty. I did hear that America has a piece of that bounty within that $50 million. So my thing is, are we paying ourselves a $50 million? Are we paying a portion back to ourselves? Let's be honest here. This is what America does best. America takes what America wants. And without any ski mask, without throwing a rock and hiding a hand, Trump is showing you exactly what America has always done. So forget how shiny you want to dress it up. If you want to dress it up in the red or if you want to dress it up in the blue, this is America's history. My thing is, what will we do and how will we respond? How will we respond? We can go and look and admire. We can go and look and despise all we want to, but are we in position? How are we going to... Come on, man. What are we doing for the next generation? Because again, this is a demonstration in 2025 that this man is showing us that sets a precedent for what his descendants, his successors will be doing in the next 20 to 30 years. And where we at? Still spectating. Or are we in a position now to take what it is that we want? When is it our turn to have heaven on earth? When is it our turn to put our children in position by force? He real close to Burkina Faso, and we know why. Because it's a strong president over there. He hit Burkina Faso, right? Okay, now. And then on New Year's, he gonna hit Venezuela like he did just hit a great nation's leader. Come on now. Who over there, Burkina Faso?
Wow.
What he saying he want to do over there? What do you want to do over there? He on Christmas he hit over there, but then he hurry up and switch it. Come on, it's chess all day. But again, this man is showing you who his pawns are, the pawn plays he's going to make in order to capture somebody's queen.
Queen.
I'm not remiss at all.
Queen, I got a question.
Queen.
I got a question to ask you, and I want you to do a comparison. Who are Black heroes? Who do Black people look up to as their heroes, and who do white people look up to as of who their heroes are? There's a difference. I want you to, if you can answer that, just throw some names out there who white people honor.
Well, everybody heroes is different. My heroes and sheroes is quite different. You know,
But
for
I'm talking about
example,
black
the
people.
Honorable Marcus
Yeah.
Garvey would be my hero.
Right.
You know, so I'm not looking to a Chance the Rapper or
Right.
them ain't my heroes, right? People who lay the blueprint. You know, so again, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali. I look at a Shiro, Mama D. If we want to bring it to these type of times, you know, people who are out here doing the work, boots on the ground. But when you look at the white people, heroes,
killers and murderers,
they glorify. Come on, man, Steve, Steve Jobs, Steve. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think that like it shows a willpower. Man can do what man will do. What we put our will in, it ain't nothing like putting your gut in something. And I tell you this, and I mean it because our children are looking at us while we sit on the sideline and scroll. They're being conditioned and trained to see the white man take what it is that he wants to take. And he's been getting away with it for generations. He just took these people, blew past the United Nations, blew past Washington, D.C., took these people to his stomping ground, New York City, put them in front of his judge. What? And asked him his American question. Do you find yourself guilty or not guilty? How are you going to take this man out of his country, put him in your city, and ask him if he's guilty or not guilty? Regardless if I think that it's legal or illegal, regardless if I think if it's justified or unjustified, look at the demonstration. He did it. And who's going to tell him he ain't? He can't do it. He blew past Congress. Can't nobody do nothing with this man. So I need to mimic that same demonstration 5 times harder. And I got less than 5 years to do it. Old tactics won't work for this new enemy. And he's showing us what his successor is going to do. Is going to be 10 times what he did. Trump got little boys watching him. Little boys and girls our age, younger than us, watching him. Oh, they like, I want to top dad. I want to top Trump. We ain't know. Those are my questions. Those are my points. Those are my comments. I'm here for us. I'm race first.
That's it.
I'm going into any type of institution and I'm trying to infiltrate, gain as much knowledge as possible so I can bring it back to the people and put us in position. Our demonstration got to be heavier than this. We can't continue to sit and scroll. We need think tanks. We need places where we can galvanize and weaponize. When I say weaponize, I mean weaponize our thinking and make it and manifest it into strategy. Create funnels. That's what we need because this man is taking things by force. While we scroll and have conversations, we need to match energy. What we want, reparations to be something we're talking about. It should be plans of action in place. We should be intentionally targeting reparations because it's necessary. This man is taking people. So I'm here to learn. I'm here to listen. I'm open to discussions and things of that nature. But I definitely think we have to do something drastic. Drastic.
Right.
This white man is showing us what he can do. He will do.
That's right.
They call him the death. He running the country like death row. Suge Knight. This man is out here crazy with it.
Wow.
No, I don't think it's time to sit and like twiddle our thumbs. We need think tanks on the ground, think tanks, funnels, things that we can manifest and manifest quickly. We need to organize this chaos. I don't mind it being chaos. I just think that we should organize chaos, and therefore we can take things collectively to wherever channel it needs to be put because we need it. It's demanded. We don't even need it. We demand it. Why can't we take it? It's got to be something we can do.
Most definitely.
But the demonstration, I think, is heavy, and I really want to learn more about it because, again, like, where's the bounty coming from? Why are these people being charged in New York? Why aren't they charged in Washington, D.C.? Why New York of all places? What does the United Nations have to say about it? Why do another demonstration all the way near Nigeria, North Africa? Why? And then turn around and hit Venezuela. Why? Russia is saying that they're coming back Venezuela. Why? it's bigger. It's so much bigger. So I want to learn more. I want to have more conversations around it, but I definitely think it's a great conversation.
Okay. Rosa,
And how are we prepared to put ourselves in position to counter response
that's
or
right.
counteract?
That is correct. That's correct. Well, sister, you went hard on us today, boy. Tell you.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be
But
sorry.
I appreciate the time.
No, don't be
I come
sorry.
in a lot of peace. I come in peace.
Don't
I'm
be
trying to tell
sorry.
you, I come in peace, but
Don't be
you
sorry.
know,
Do what you do.
I know we love to fight and hate each other, but
Uh-huh.
no, this demonstration is heavy. And we have seen it time and time again.
Yeah. And real talk. Man.
Yes, we need more conversation.
Man, Roosevelt, what you got to say about that? She dropped a bomb on us.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a whole lot. She said a
Now,
whole lot of stuff very similar to like what I said and everything. I mean, you can't just come in and just invade another person's country and for what he did. I mean, you're supposed to get the act, even get the permission of the Congress and the and of the Senate. No, he went and completely, jumped over getting permission from the Congress and Senate and everything, and just went on and did what he's going to do. Or maybe some kind of way, since he always has talked some kind of way about a third term. Maybe he's trying to start some kind of war or something, because by law, if a war breaks out in a country, whoever is president at that time stays there until the war is over with. So maybe it's something also to that. All I know is this sort of thing, is, a whole lot bigger than what people think that it really is. I mean, everything in this country, no matter what is going on, has always been very well thought out. There's nothing in this country that's really ever taken place just by happenstance.
Now, Mr.
Just like 9/11 happened or whatever. That's not something that just happened. That was all planned.
Mr. Roosevelt, what do you think about my dear sister 1148? What do you guys think about now the illegal migrants coming to this country now? Can you guys put it together now? What's going on? Can you see any similarities? What's going on with Democrats and Republicans?
I said it.
It's all a game.
Yeah. I said it. That
Only just both parties, Martin.
Right. Remember how you said that they were being brought over here for a reason?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it was all by a design.
Mm-hmm.
So we know what the design is and everything. And right now, something with all these people over here and everything, these people could be used to destroy us some kind of a way now, the way I look at it. Because you got too many of them over here, now. And now they just kidnapped the president and the first lady. I mean, like I said, we need to be on guard for our lives and everything now. Even you said they're being brought here for a reason, but at the time, I guess none of us was smart enough to know what the reason was.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, the game is played on us. We got a new caller. Let's see what the new caller has to say. 5205. Hey, caller.
Hello. This is Summertime.
Hey, Summertime. What's going on?
Hey.
How you doing? All right.
Hey, I just got on. I didn't hear other people.
You can wait if you want to. If you want to wait, or you can keep talking. It's on you.
Oh, yeah. I just want to just comment.
Go ahead.
This is uniform rape of resources. Okay, uniform colonization. This has been happening for hundreds of years, and these people, they've let Trump in. Those government, the Venezuelan government, the Nigerian government, they threw their leaders under the bus. Venezuelans are out in the streets partying. There's videos of Nigerians begging for Trump. So they want to dance with the devil. They're going to go rape them resources. Let's let them. Let's have our popcorn. Black Americans, we've been fighting the U.S. government for years, okay? They didn't just give us freedom. We took it. We fought the U.S. government. We're resilient. We're fine, okay? We have never signed treaties. We have never made deals with white supremacy. And These people never learn. They complain about their local governments. I want to know how come they haven't overthrown their government. What about these revolts? I mean, the U.S. government, the Klan, white supremacists, have burned down every single Black American town, stole all of our money, put guns, put everything, and we have never fled, okay? These people dance with the devil. They wanted to make a deal with the U.S. government. Let's let them do their thing. And we need to mind our business. All right, I'll land. I'm just going to listen.
Okay. Now, quick question. What do you mean by we need to mind our business? I want you to explain that to us.
Well, we need to protect ourselves as U.S. citizens and protect our own interests.
Amen.
Minding our business it means we need to worry about our housing, our next generations. We have billions of dollars coming out of our pockets for people to come over here and tell us to pull ourselves by the bootstraps.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, talking about that juicy Jim Crow that they were able to utilize. They're not going to let us know that they came here 5 minutes ago and got free housing. EBT, just look, all this fraud, all of these handouts. I don't want to hear nothing about no $1.75 lie. Ain't no hard work. Nobody came here as a busboy, as a dishwasher, making $15 an hour, making $40,000 a year, and was able to open up a $250,000 restaurant or store within a year. And you just got here and you can't speak. These governments are handing out. Let these people be. We need to focus on ourselves. We moved mountains. We got out of slavery. We fought the American government when we focused on ourselves. So, yeah. Any other questions? Or
Anybody have any questions for her? That was because I'm still learning about this, people. I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm just still learning because it's a lot going on. What's next? But I'm concerned about a lot of things. Now, I'm hearing that they said Obama put a bounty on them. Now, I don't know how true that is. It could be. I'm not sure. We're still investigating it. I know Minister Louis Farrakhan, he talked about it in 2019, what they was trying to do. Now, here it is. It's in play, 2026. So it's a lot going on. I mean, I still say Trump went gangster, though. Going another man's country.
Yes.
He went gangster.
Christopher Columbus. I mean, this is normal, right? European history.
Right. That's what they do. They take over.
Like I said, it's uniform. But, we're the descendants of the most resilient people in the world. Remember, we didn't flee.
Right. Right.
It was our leaders that went up to the Capitol with guns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear nothing about a corrupt government. We fought the American government. Mm-hmm. Next.
Still fighting them.
We have nothing to worry about. They're going to get y'all next. They don't want us. You know what? They say, Americans don't like you. They're going to deport y'all too. They ain't going to deport us. They done held us captive. They won't let us leave, okay? So, we're finna man our business, finna get money.
Okay. Well, Donald Trump, he gonna get that oil on them oil reserves too. So hey,
them gas prices gonna be cheap. Gas gonna go lower. More housing. Let's get them. Let's go.
Okay.
I agree. Let's definitely get in position. Let's organize the best way we can, and let's demonstrate. Let's demonstrate what this will can do. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I feel. Because again, and just put it in such a profound way. This is again what America does best. This is European style. This is European showing us who they are, what they do, constantly, generation after generation. We're not surprised. I think the demonstration is very bold. Again, they normally like to hide it under weapons of mass destruction. Oh, we're going to war to fight for the country. No. Trump is not hiding. Whether you're on the right, whether you're on the left, he's not hiding it. This is America's true face. America's going to take what America wants to take. Now, again, what are we prepared to do?
Mm-hmm.
Mind our business? I say yes. But what business do we have on the table?
All right.
What is the business we should be minding? I'm waiting for that. What will we do? When the Venezuelans came over here, what these Chicago citizens really put in place other than complain about them over here? We should have been creating businesses to make them supply. So we should supply them with their needs. That's what we should have been doing. We should have the opportunity while they were here in front of the police station to serve them and make it so that we were, in control of their goods. Does that make sense? Like, I think we should have been in position. We should have, instead of complaining and arguing about the resources, we should have been in position to say, hey, I'm going to supply these Venezuelans with toothpaste, tissue, detergent, essentials, and make a profit off of them. They were handing out pounds of money to them anyway. Mm-hmm. But again, we sat on the sidelines scrolling and complaining. No, we need to take action and monitorize, like really an action plan that creates businesses, supply this demand. We need to supply a demand. I mean, I just think we have to think about it in a business standpoint. There's a need here. We got to supply it. That's minding our business. To me, it's creating business off of it. Like, how do we create some type of revenue from it?
Mm-hmm. We could start by calling ICE. Okay, we could start by that. We made okay. We already started, and then honestly, us minding our business allows them to face white supremacy without the barrier. We have been their barrier.
Us minding our business or us creating business? Because I want to be clear on what you're saying.
Us minding our business is focusing on our community, creating our jobs. Mm-hmm. When we minded our business, we created wonderful towns. The Freedmen's Bank had like $1 million in it right after slavery. So us minding our business is us going to work, raising our family, and thriving, just being normal people.
Yeah, I understand that. But I definitely am looking at the demonstration of Trump, and I'm not being any way remiss that, like, okay, I see it. How do we get in front of it? Is it the real estate we need to get in front of? I know that there's a guy right now, right next to Venezuela, buying property, buying real estate over there. Like, and it's blowing my mind because I spoke with him today, and he's like, I'm right here. I'm looking at your shit. I'm right here. I'm buying property over there. It seems that I feel like we have to kind of think outside of the box. What would it look like for us to buy property over there in Venezuela? What does that look like? Would it be? Could it potentially help our cause? I just don't know if we're thinking outside of the box. What can we really do with this situation? Like, how do we make noise around it, or how do we look at this demonstration and say, if Trump is taking people, I want to take my reparations. How do we push our agenda off of this moment?
Calling ICE on that McDonald's, and then all the Black teenagers are going to get those jobs. Calling ICE on that school, and our kids can get those scholarships. Our brothers will get jobs in them factories, and the housing is going lower. We're going to get our generational wealth by buying up the housing. We got to get these people up out of here. They are a buffer class. Okay, these are anti-Black people that we welcome. Get them up out of here. They will have no choice but to hire the brothers. These people get in office and undermine us. and we vote for them because they're a person of color or because they dance a jig. Look what happened in Somalia. Let them look. Let them be a barrier. That little white boy, white supremacists went and harassed these people. Okay, us not being their barrier against white supremacy, they gonna be gone. We gotta starve them out. They're not used to hard work. They didn't fight for unions.
Bill.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to sell fruit in front of Gold Blacks. And he got beat up by the police. This was in the 80s. And so here's the thing, recently, do you know how many other Black people probably got beat up and harassed for selling, for illegal vending, selling their newspapers, their candy? Okay, but it's Mr. Taco Man getting beat up by the police and robbed. It's Mr. Fake Rolex Man in New York, these street vendors. Call ICE, let them call. Call them once, call them twice, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You know what? They also, imagine, because they get benefits, okay? So they are selling, they're vending illegally, and they are getting their product, their corn, their fruit off of EBT.
Hold on, somebody went to
so
sleep
they're
on here or something? Somebody went to sleep on
snoring.
Yeah, somebody sleep on here. Y'all put somebody to sleep. Okay. Okay, we got like 3 more calls. Hold on, y'all. Let me find out who's asleep on here. I think I know who this is. 52. Oh, that's Roosevelt. Hold on. Okay, I got him out. Okay. Oh, that ain't Roosevelt. Lord, who's that? Let's see. Somebody snoring. That is Roosevelt. Yeah, that's Roosevelt.
I guess my fear is that,
Go ahead.
or will the mayor say, okay, this is more reason why we should bring immigrants to the city? That's my fear in all of this, to be honest. Like, I think he's gonna allow more migrants to come.
They're already in the budget for 2026.
Exactly.
But we finna let the bad man get them though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys.
I think this gives them a reason why the immigrants are gonna come over.
Young people. Let's take an older gentleman. All right, come on, come on, Bill. Y'all still free to talk now. Come on, Bill. I got one after you. Come on.
Now, the way I see it.
Oh, hold on, Bill. The young people that took over. They didn't took over, Bill. That's all right. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad they're here.
Me too.
We need their input. We need their power.
Yes.
We definitely need them. And maybe they can go back to some more young people and enlighten them. When I speak from the point of foundational Black people. We complain rightfully that they were here. Those people are going back. They were acting like they were unwilling, but why wouldn't they want to go back? I heard there was $2,500 or $3,500 for each person that goes back. That's like a year's salary in South America, especially when their country is not under civil arrest. It's heading in a direction where they're going to have jobs and be able to prosper. Why wouldn't they go back? But all I want our people to see is make up your mind what you want. They gonna leave, the majority of them. What's the problem in bringing up what Donald Trump is doing, the legality of it? It's the same playbook. They've been doing it B Red said it last night, co-signed it. I co-signed him, whichever way it went. This the same playbook. They've been doing this. This is America doing America. What we need to do is stay focused on what we need to be doing for ourselves and our community and not get distracted by something we definitely can't control. These people been doing this for years, and the proof is in the pudding that both parties are complicit with this situation right here. They've been over there for over 20 years. How would they know how many millions of barrels of oil is in the ground if they went over there already?
Good point.
And the whole thing in a nutshell, it's a power move, and it might be a great move on Donald Trump's part, because whatever deal they had going 20 years ago, the Maduro regime didn't stick to it, sort of say. But with CIA and all of their resources over there and they plans from the beginning to take over, they found out probably that he was talking to other countries. And the good part about it, the border shouldn't have been open in the first place. I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is, but from the news that Iran and China was over there already making deals. You don't want no foreign country connected to your country. You need to have some kind of understanding and those borders closed and some kind of control to your neighboring country. That's just the way it is. And if
do
any
we
other
want control by force? Is that what we want? Control by force?
I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. America has been forcing themselves. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see.
Yeah.
Get too involved in the legality and what they're going to do. They're going to do what they want to do. We need to use this tool with the migrants coming here, them going back, all the billions of dollars that they spent on just that situation. The trillions of dollars that they have funneled out of this country for proxy wars in Afghanistan, supporting Israel, having other immigrants from European countries come here and get welfare and resources. These are all things we have to put in our notebook with this fight that you could afford and you could have did better by Foundation of Black Americans, but you didn't. But you didn't. But we got along with just this immigration stuff in the last umpteen years that's really coming to light. We didn't know that the immigrants that was coming over here 20, 30, 40 years ago were getting concessions and getting more than just welfare, which they shouldn't, because we didn't get no welfare. We didn't get no hands up, but we got evidence that this is happening now. So this is a tool that they and move that they made and use it against them. That's all I'm saying. It really ain't our fight. It was our fight about them coming over here, the migrants.
Okay, Bill, we got another call. They've been waiting patiently. Let them get a little something in too.
Okay.
Okay. I forgot I had another caller behind you, but all right. 6913. 6913. Go ahead, 6913.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Come on, sir.
Okay, yeah. So the thing about it is this: until we begin to really evaluate the people that we choose as leaders, and the evaluation needs to come not with who has the best personality, not even who we like. As a matter of fact, I think that's the problem that we have is that we choose leaders that we like, and then when it's time to deal with them, when they make decisions that don't really fit the interests of our community, then they get away with it. And so all this stuff that's taking place now, the consequence has to be something has to happen to somebody so that they can see that we serious about what's going on and about the resources that's being stripped away and taken out of our neighborhood. If I put you in a position of authority as a representative in my neighborhood or in my community, and you go out and you do and you think that you out and you're making money and you done made deals and everything and you think you getting away, then when you come back and you find out there's something that happened to your cousins and your relatives and your friends, and then you start realizing that there's real consequences behind your actions. And see, that's what happened in the countries like Venezuela. That they have the cartels. They don't play with them. If they don't move to whatever it is that their interest is, then they know what the consequence is. And so we've been a docile people, and so it's a joke when it comes to respecting black people in the black community. And so they don't take us serious because they feel that they can come and they could do anything. They could take our taxpaying dollars, and when we can't even get a loan in our own bank that we get direct deposit in, but yet they get money out of our community every day. And so these people come and I'm not against migrants, but the resources that's being used are resources that we actually sweated and actually put in real work that they're using. And so then when you go downtown and you try to find housing, you can't get no housing, and the Section 8 is this and that or whatever you want to call it. You can't get it, but yet they can find fun. You gotta be it's people that's just not getting Section 8 vouchers that's been on the list for 10 years. But yet somebody could come over into this country and all of a sudden you get money more than enough. You have more than enough for what it takes to take care of an individual or a family to help them. That's a problem. It's not their fault. It's our fault. It's our fault for not holding the leaders that we have in place accountable. And until we do that, they're going to continue. They're going to continue to take advantage of us. A real when they talk about a revolutionary act. A real revolutionary act has to take place. It's hard because we are weak and docile people. We the laughing stock of the world, And I like the sister was talking earlier about our brother Captain Ibrahim Traore. Okay, now he came and he kicked out the the puppet that France had. France was in and kicked France out of Burkina Faso. And so now, because France is an ally of the United States, they're trying to work their way over there, but they're going to get some people killed because he has his whole nation behind him. And so then if the United Nations think that it's going to be okay to just bomb a whole part of the African continent and get rid of all the people, that's going to be another issue that the world stage is going to have to deal with. The Venezuelan situation, he stopped taking the U.S. dollar. If any country decides to not use the U.S. dollar or accept the U.S. dollar for currency, the value of that currency goes down. And so you can purchase or purchase anything except if you use the Chinese dollar. And so China is, for sure, we know China is back in Venezuela. Or so they
Yeah.
say. I believe that, I'm hoping that they are. But China is back in Venezuela. And so now Trump done went, he done went and kidnapped, he went and kidnapped the president. And let me make this one thing clear too, because I'm not somebody I'm not an anti-Trump either. I'm not an anti-Trump. We have to start speaking to our issues, and we have to start speaking to our interests. Okay, and so when people go off on into stuff that's not our interest, then we deal.
Mm. Mm. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, y'all go ahead. I'm having technical difficulties. I can hear you guys. Go ahead, 214. Shavana, she's going to take over for me. 1148 is going to take over. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Oh, wow. We talked about this, y'all. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Uh-huh. Y'all know what time it is. Okay. We got we got two more callers. Okay, we got two more callers, y'all. Okay. Listen, y'all don't worry about just okay, what you say, 217, 217? Okay. Well, yeah, but Bill, they mess with the sound. Y'all just keep talking. I'm gonna try to work it on this end. Y'all just keep talking. That's why I've said nothing. Okay. All right, guys. Let's hear 214 real quick. Come on, 214. He's been waiting patient. All right. Y'all stay on the line now. Stay on the line. Hopefully y'all can hear him clear. Go ahead.
They were in opposition with each other. Malcolm was about, Elijah Muhammad taught him that separation of blacks and whites was the best and only solution. And Martin wanted integration. Harry Belafonte was at a party with Martin Luther King, and Martin Luther King was looking real, real sad and depressed. Harry Belafonte went up to him and said, "Martin, what is wrong with you?" And Martin Luther King told Harry Belafonte, "Harry, I just found out that I have integrated black people into a burning building. I made a mistake, and I messed up black people." Then we go into the most powerful leader we had was Elijah Muhammad in the 60s, he became the world's first billionaire. And we fast forward to 95, Farrakhan used his power and the stuff that he learned from Elijah Muhammad and had the Millionaire March, and he didn't do anything with it. He didn't collect the names and the phone numbers, money from the 2 million people that came to the march, and hundreds of millions, tens of millions of people that supported the march in the media, just watching TV. And Gaddafi told Farrakhan, "Hey, that was a beautiful march you had. I'm going to give you $1 billion down payment for the freedom of black people in America. And I'm going to put billions and billions of more dollars behind it."
They will never get it. The U.S. wouldn't let him get the money.
No, it wasn't the U.S. Farrakhan rejected it because he didn't know how to handle that kind of big money. And with that money, Elijah Muhammad taught Farrakhan and told Farrakhan, when a situation like that is coming, when it happens, you tell whoever. The Bible says the kings of the earth will come to thy rise. When this happens and takes place, and it will, build schools, build factories, build restaurants, schools, factories, and buy farms, and build hospitals. And Farrakhan refused to do that because he didn't know how to handle that kind of power. So now, black people are ruined independently. And the problem is, it's not that we don't have leadership. It's that black people have become so too independent in their thinking. And everybody wants to be the Lone Ranger. And black people no longer want to have a leader. White folks have trained black people, and the pain from failed leadership in the past has got black people now thinking they don't want leadership. And in the 60s, you can look up, anybody with Google can look this up. It's called the Moynihan Report, Moynihan. And in that report, the white government decided the best way to destroy black people is, God said, for the woman to be dependent and submissive to the man. So the white folks decided the best way to keep the black community down, keep blacks in slavery, and keep us destroyed is to give the black female power. Give her good jobs, college, welfare, Section 8, public housing, so she can say she don't need no man. And that spirit of not needing a man, not needing a black man, not needing a black father that saturates our females today. And now it's been passed down to the black kids. And we think that we used to have things called black families where you had a father, a mother, and children. Nowadays, we think, and our new definition of a black family is a single mom. And then we got the nerve to wonder why our communities are in. And with that idea, and the white man floods our community with drugs, alcohol, and weed, and got us to the point to where we don't want leadership. If the best leader in the world, best leader in history showed up today, we would call him all kind of names and talk about how crazy he is and what a fool he is, and call him everything but a child of God. Blacks are to the point now they don't want leadership.
I agree. And if I spoke out of turn, I apologize. It's never my intention. I think my intention was to simply say that, it's possible to have more than one leader working on the side of the Black Foundation, like working within the Black Foundation. So you have the option of Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. I'm a little radical myself, so it's okay for me to go to Malcolm X and my sister to go to Martin Luther King, or my brother to say, I like W.E.B. Du Bois. You see what I'm saying? Because again, I think there can exist multiple leaders in one unit. I look at the city right now, and you have multiple older people, older men, and older women. So I think that asking for it to just be one leader, it can be multiple leaders. Understanding that the mission may be different depending on the area that you're in.
Yes, ma'am. But that sounds good. That sounds like you're using a food court idea. Somebody might want a hamburger. Somebody might want a pizza. Somebody might want Subway. Somebody might have a taste for a cone. But that, in actuality, in reality, that does not work. God.
I mean, how does it not work when we have?
Let me tell you. I'm getting ready to tell you. That doesn't work. In this book, let me finish my point. In this book called the Bible, there's a guy named God that says, when the blind lead the blind, all his followers fall in the ditch. And like I said earlier, Martin Luther King admitted that he messed up and that he was wrong. So that's why that idea doesn't work. It sounds good in theory, but in reality,
let's just really quickly look at the reality because
what you're saying. I want to respond.
Yes, sir.
We can't just keep saying it ain't gonna work. It has worked for white supremacy.
There it is, because they got a mayor in every city. They got a governor in every city. It works.
Hold on. Hold on, bro. All I'm saying is we got to start somewhere. If you in the Chicago,
let me ask you a question. What works for white supremacy?
The government. Listen, how they have a mayor in every city. Every city has a mayor.
Everything that they wanted to work is still working.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It just because it's working don't make it right. Now, of course, there's going to be a difference.
You said it works. Okay. Let me tell you why white supremacy works. White supremacy only, and there's no such thing as white supremacy because white people aren't supreme in anything. It's an illusion.
We know they're not supreme to us, but that's a word in the slang. I'm not bowing down to any system of white that oppress black people. Don't get me messed up, bro. So you corrected me. I'm trying not to discourage these young people to think that it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It is gonna work. When you got faith, you just quoted scriptures out the Bible. Let's go, man. You got the Lord, and you got righteousness behind you, but you got a black man on here. Want to check me about saying white people don't say white supremacy. That's the problem. That's exactly what that's what it's been. That's what it's been. And right now it's time to move and stop looking and making little statements and making differences between us when the first thing that we supposed to be doing is being black and getting on the same page. Are we gonna agree to everything? No, with each other? No. That's not even in human nature. But we don't need nobody talking about what ain't gonna work. You know what's gonna work? When we get a voice that ain't like yours that say we can. We need a voice that say we can. Brother, we need a voice that say we can. We know it was mistakes that our people have endured and made. It's time to move forward. But
the thing with Dr. King and when he made the statement that he made to Harry Belafonte, what it is that he said and he analyzed and realized that at that moment, because what Dr. King did and the cause that he led was necessary. And so nothing was done that was a mistake as it relates to bringing about some type of unity to the people. So what he realized, which is what we still he said it, and we don't know that where we are. And Dr. King said it. He said, "I fear that I may have integrated and led my people into a burning building." Now, the thing about that, what he was not saying that he regretted the strides and the accomplishments that had taken place. What he was saying was that even though what took place, and even though we accomplished and we're accomplishing what is necessary, that is the state of this nation. This nation is a burning building. Okay, this nation is a depleting space. And so now that we know that, we have to begin to move and operate in a fashion that is not beholden to anything in this world or anything in this nation. As long as we're in love with the state of this nation, then we'll never have the progress that we dream of having, because we don't want to let go the same devices that's actually holding us. This nation is built. This nation is built on death. And
okay. Hey, hold it.
And white supremacy.
Okay, hold it now. I'll let y'all rattle. I'm working on the sound, and my dear sister, she's trying to help me out. Let me just say this, brother, and I want to ask my my therapist, brother. I understand exactly what you're saying, but name me one thing in this country that black people or other people own or control. Name me one thing. I'm talking to my therapist, brother. 214. You name me one thing, and I'm waiting. The floor is yours.
Several small businesses.
Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Bro, let me. I want to say this, brother.
As far as the industry, right? As far as the industry,
I own several small businesses.
Okay.
Hold it, y'all. No. Okay. Hold it. Let me talk now. Now, who do you go get your license from to open up your business?
I don't need a license.
Okay. Well, how you operating the business in the United States? You pay taxes on your business?
You got the LLC. Hold on. Okay. Perry Publishing Company, Oklahoma City.
Okay, hold it, y'all. Hold it. Now listen to this. Listen. Okay, now listen to this, y'all. Let me just say something. And the reason why I ask these certain questions are, I'm gonna show you there's nothing in this country, if you operate a business, you got to go through white folks. If you get married, you got to go through white folks. If you graduate, you got to go through white folks. If you get a degree to say that you're a therapist or a PhD, you have to go through white folks. If you own property, you got to pay. And that's through white folks. If that ain't supremacy, what is?
You don't have to go through it.
Okay. Well, who you go through? Who you go through then?
You do it yourself.
Come on now, brother. Come on. Brother, now you know. Who faces on the money? U.S. money. The currency.
Okay. I think I know that.
I'm going to just ask you a question. But I respect you. But
okay.
What I'm saying is, first of all.
Let me speak for a second.
Go ahead.
I see what you're saying. Yes, a lot of times we have to use their system. But what we need to do is take the example of the Mormons. The Mormons don't go through white folks. The Amish don't go through white folks.
Okay.
They don't go through the American
folks. Okay. Now you just said, hold on, Bill. He just said a key word. What is their system? You just said they had a system. What is their system?
Their system is democracy.
Okay. Who said? When you refer they, who you referring to? Black people?
Say that again, brother.
I said when you say their system, who are you referring to?
Yeah, white folks.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's all I want to know. Keep talking. You go ahead.
Well, and you're right. But no, I'm agreeing with you. But listen. Hey, bro. Can I correct you on something? Now, no, you don't need to. Okay, however, man, you have to get technical with words, and that's our problem. Somebody told me I shouldn't say you welcome, because that invites bad spirits. All this stuff is just cliches and stuff to keep us from being together on one point. I'm gonna commend you. Hold on, let me finish. That's not true what you said. You have to be precise in your words. You can't just. Yes, you do. Words hold power. I won't take that away. Words have power. But I'm gonna commend you on your several small businesses and hope that they are as successful as they possibly can be. But this is what I'm gonna say. You corrected me the other day for saying enlightened. This is what I'm gonna say behind your small businesses. With all of what you put into it, all of what your father and mother poured into you, and your family lineages poured into you, there's people that's been coming over here 20 years and haven't been here a year that have 3 or 4 small businesses. That's not right, man. You're right, brother. That is not right. And why do they have that? They have that based on the slavery system that exists in America and the white privilege that gives it to them. And I've traveled the whole world, and how that works is those immigrants that come over here, they have something different than Black Americans. It's called a culture, and their culture helps and supports them. We Blacks in America don't have a culture. We feel stuck in slavery and don't even realize it. And the only reason I mention that we're stuck in slavery is because you cannot mark out a destination where you're going with faith, knowing where you're at. And if you don't believe me, try using a GPS. The first thing that GPS asks you is where are you at before you can put in.
Okay, real quick, brother. Are you got me on speakerphone? Because I need everybody to take me off speakerphone because the sound is real bad. Don't have it because they can't hear it. Okay, talk straight into the phone. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir, brother.
Go ahead. You can continue talking.
Okay. Well, one thing Foundational Black America got, and what I want everybody to see is, once again, we got a whole situation that's put before us that put our people behind. There's a lot of things that has happened to our community as people. Not just the drugs. It's a whole host of other stuff. This right here with the influx of migrants, that has happened. That has happened during the Industrial Revolution. It happened to us. It held us back so far. Yeah, some of our people, our grandfathers and great grandfathers got jobs, but we were used to their advantage till they had enough Irish people, Italians, Jewish people to take those jobs. And then once again, we back at the bottom. We didn't have no handout. And for a long time, from I'm born in the early '60s. From the time of food stamps coming out, in which my mother didn't get them, but I seen and thought that it was only black people getting food stamps. Just until Martin brung out some stats a couple years ago about how many white people. It's more white people getting stamps. So that
right.
Yeah, welfare stamps, and the farmers been getting. They don't call it welfare, but they've been getting subsidized since the Civil War.
Right.
But we haven't had. They want to act and make us think that is a handout. The welfare system in Section 8, when it's been given out to everybody. There has never been anything given to specific black people. And when they signed it in the Civil Rights Act, they added the word minority, which blocked us again. All I'm just trying to do is, along with this program, is make people be more conscious and recognize that they black, and let's get on board. We at an epic center right now with what's going on in Chicago, the Chicago Flip Red. We at the epicenter, and people are watching us. Is we can see that neither party is for us, but you got to make a statement. You can't keep voting Democrat and expecting the same result. We got to get some independents in, or Republicans. And
but as soon as they get in, as soon as they get in, brother, go ahead.
They corrupt.
Right.
We don't have no representation.
As soon as they get in,
we don't have no representation.
As soon as they get in, the multinational corporations buy them out, and they give them bonuses. That's why people want to become out. Right. They want to become congressmen and congresswomen because, for example, if you work for Trump, if you're in the Senate, if you're in the Congress now, and Trump says, "Oh, I'm gonna go over here and take this," that congressman will not vote that down and go against that. Why? Because Texaco and Amoco and Sun, and Shell will send that congressman a $5 million check in the mail. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna go with the program. That's how it works. And yeah,
to be honest, like any leader can be bought out as long as the leader is not secure in self. When you have a doubt in self, so when we talk about, and I commend you for having multiple businesses and seeing your family thriving. However, I think, now mind you, I'm a little bit younger, but I think that the generation that I'm a part of and how we grow up, if you're not eating, I'm not eating. So it's great that you have businesses if you help me have a business, right? Or if your business feeds my business. There is no I win. It's we win or no one wins. There is no, they're going to give me money or not you money. It has to be, I'm not taking no money unless this ward has money, this ward has money, and it's going towards infrastructure, and it's going towards development. It has to look like some type of collective happening on the forefront of on a Black foundation. So that's what I mean by.
Let me tell you something.
Really quickly, let me just finish my statement. Let me just finish. Because it does look like two different ideologies can exist at once, depending on what the body needs. So again, okay, your feet and your hand can move at the same time, depending on what needs to be done. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X can exist in one world, depending on what we need at that time. So I think that we have to support future leaders, young generation of leaders, to have a race-first mindset. So therefore, when they are in position, that they can't be easily swindled or swayed just by money because they have the backing and the support of black individuals. One thing too, just really quickly, hear me out. We need to figure out a way to support infrastructure. That means schools, hospitals. We need to figure out either how to support the schools, push the narrative of Black leadership, or we need to create schools that will govern Black leadership. And that's what we don't have. We have a willpower, but we don't have an infrastructure that creates a Black leader, and we don't have an infrastructure that supports Black leadership. If that be the case, Jamal Ring should be the mayor right now.
And that problem exists because our generation failed your generation by not securing business and opportunities, and my generation failed your generation because my parents failed me. The difference between Black people and all other people build businesses, farms, and get resources that they can give to their children. The Japanese can employ their children when they turn 18. They can go to their Japanese elders and get jobs. The Chinese can go to their elders and get jobs.
Listen, I don't want to. Let's be clear. I'm not here to put blame on who didn't do or who did do. I got a mama who on crack, and I got a daddy who overdosed some drugs. So I don't care about what they didn't do or who failed who. I need support today. So whether that support looks like it comes from this wing or this wing, I'm not here to point the finger and play the blame game. I'm here to say I woke up. I'm a blame. I am a woke giant. I'm woke with it. So I'm not here to say somebody was right or somebody was wrong. I'm here to get behind the train.
Okay, I got it. Now, there's blame is
I'm not for the evolution.
Okay.
I'm for the solution.
I'll let you talk. Blame is not a game. When somebody comes up dead, they perform that which is called an autopsy. And an autopsy, the job of an autopsy is to find the cause of death. And the pain that you're expressing is coming from the problem of previous generations not having vision and not providing for your generation.
No, the heavy heart comes from not listening to today. We have to move forward. We have to talk about solutions. The heavy heart is moving forward.
The only way to move forward, where does the present come from? The present and the future come from one thing, and that's the past. And those who fail to learn the lessons of the past are doomed to repeat it.
Absolutely.
Do you have a car?
Yes, I do.
Do you have insurance?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Millions of people have cars. Millions of people have insurance. When there is a wreck, the insurance adjuster, the first thing that insurance adjuster does in the insurance industry, you can Google this. The first thing that a claims adjuster must do is something called assign blame. You have to find the guilty party. You have to find the reason. You have to find the reason why that accident happened before the injured party can be compensated for their injury. So
gotcha. Now let me ask you this: do you have a house? You own a house?
Yes.
Do you own a deed to the house?
Of course.
Okay. So how is your house vested? Is it vested to your children? Is it vested to your grandchildren? Is it vested to your great-great-grandchildren? So what I'm seeing in my field of work is that these white people are vesting their houses and businesses into the names of their great-grandchildren who haven't even been born yet. So you talking to me about insurance of today, they're looking at the household and who's going to inherit the household of the next 10, 20 generations. It's a difference.
I was telling you how blame.
We got.
Hold on. Let me clarify a point.
Okay, 206 next.
I was explaining how blame is necessary and important, but her point was she made a totally different point on a totally different subject. No. I'm gonna address.
Y'all, we got 206 too. Go ahead.
Let me just say this real quick, Mark, and what the psychologist guy just said was very heavy. Even though I might have a small dispute, like we did a few sentences ago, but I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. First of all, black people are not able to. Some are, not all, but we have been hindered by the oppression of white supremacy in some way, form, or fashion. We see right now, and hold on. Let me finish, bro.
I just want to say one word.
We don't have
one word. White terrorism. White terrorism.
Okay, white terrorism. I'll go with that.
Yes, sir.
We have had good representation, and white terrorism has taken it and watered it down and bought it out. However you want to
however history records it. How history records it.
And we don't have no representation from the pulpit to our elected leaders. But piggybacking on what you said, and it's a fact, and it's biblical, and this is why it's the time is now. You said it for a reason. I heard it, she heard it. You say there's a blame. And there's a blame for the plight of foundational black Americans. You have to find the blame. We got all the records, the dates, and stuff that has happened. People always want to say, well, that was 200 years ago. That was 400 years ago. But the same thing is steady happening right now up until last week.
Oh, y'all.
2 weeks ago.
Y'all, I'm about to cut y'all. 206. Bill, let 206. 206 been, y'all hold it. 206 been on here for about 20 minutes. Ain't said one word, y'all. I can't do him like that. I can't. Go ahead,
No.
206.
Come on with it. Fantastic discussion. Fantastic discussion. I enjoy listening to it. I called in just to make sure I could hear what was being said. Let me ask the therapist real quick, and I'll let Bill get back to saying what he's saying. Therapist, did I hear you correctly when you said that? I'm going back a few minutes now. When you said that the immigrants are getting the benefits in America that they're getting because they have culture, and we are not getting those benefits because we don't have culture. Did I interpret you correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you mentioned a key word. Hold on. Let me get this out. So you mentioned a key word, and this is very important. So since you mentioned the word culture, just so we'll all be on the same page, why don't you define for us exactly what culture is?
Yes, sir.
Let him answer.
Culture is the ability to acquaint, then equate yourself and your people with the best that's ever been said and done.
That it?
Yes, sir.
Give me an example.
What's her name? C.R. Patterson. C.R. Patterson.
Who is that?
This is a black man that invented the automobile, and Henry Ford stole it from him.
Yeah, the Patterson Greenfield automobile. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let's see who else. Jan Matzelinger.
Let's and just people. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Let me just indulge. Just give me 1 minute just to talk to our brother, and I'll give y'all the floor. So now I asked you to define culture, and you said the Patterson of the Patterson Greenfield automobile. Tell me how Patterson exemplifies culture.
He and the rest of black inventors exemplify, and they are an example of how a black person can take their creativity and channel it into a specific direction and come up with a product or service that not only benefits his or her own people, but benefits the world at large.
So let me ask you this now.
Yes, sir.
Again, because we've been on for 103 minutes. I don't want to dominate the time here, but so then Patterson was a black man, right? Head of the Patterson family. Greenfield was a fellow that helped finance him to make his automobile. He made trucks, buses, mail trucks, etc. But you're confirming. Sounds to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it sounds like you're giving an example of culture. You're giving a black example. But earlier you said that black folks. You implied that black folks had no culture. When I asked you, you confirmed that was your implication. Is this a contradiction, or have you changed your mind?
No, not at all. It's not a contradiction. The problem, where the rub is, and where the conflict is that one, many of the inventions that have come from black people are stolen and taken to white people.
No argument there.
And two, we don't. The system. We don't have a system. And in order to be successful, whether individually or collectively, whether private or business, the only way that anything and anybody, group or individual, can be successful is by having a system. And we don't have a system in place to, one, identify, and then two, exemplify the creativity and genius of our people. So
you're saying because of that we don't have a culture?
Right. So we don't.
But now, let me say this.
Let me say one more point.
Let me say this. No. Let me say this in closing because I got to give it back to Bill. Every year, the FBI, they discover spies and traitors in the FBI who sell secrets to other countries. And they have stated that every year there are people that work in the Justice Department, specifically the FBI, who are selling secrets that they don't discover. Are you telling me as a result that white people now have no culture?
Am I telling you what?
Okay, Bill, go right ahead. I'll go ahead and listen. Great conversation, Martin. Appreciate you.
But no, white people.
Culture has nothing to do with a dollar amount. There's people in third world countries that have a culture that don't have nothing but resources coming from the earth. They have a culture. We have a culture. It has been hijacked, dismantled, poisoned, to the point that
culture definition is the difference between slavery and colonization. Slavery stripped away the identity of the people. Colonization allowed the people to have their identity, which was their culture, and to still work under the oppressive system that they had established. So when he talked about not having culture, I believe he was trying to allude to the fact that we have come away from who we are and who we were as a people. And so it can be stated, which what he also was alluding to, the brother, that we have to reestablish what our culture is, which is what he was saying, which is kind of cool. It's not necessarily the best way to go, but it's a good way to look at it, which what he was saying was to begin to pick and pull the best of who we are, the history of the best of who we are and all the things that we have accomplished, and allow those things be the things that we look at and look up to as a people, as to what we can achieve if we put our mind to it. But that in and of itself, that in and of itself does not necessarily define culture. Culture is the identity of a people. Like you can pinpoint and say, oh, okay, tacos, that's the Mexican people. You know, you can say pizza, that's Italian, and different things. You can say fufu, that's Nigerian, and different things like that. And so that is culture. Right.
Okay, check this out. I'm gonna chime in and give y'all my idea of what our culture is what has been hijacked, and what our young people think it is having guns, shooting each other, rapping about it, going to jail. That has been hijacked to become our culture.
That's what the young people think it is.
And that's true. That's an established culture. That's an established culture.
Listen to this. I'm getting ready to give you our culture, our foundation, our culture. But just listen, please. Our culture is resilience. That's what our culture is. Resilience. That's our culture. Resilience.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's start with that and stay black.
Yeah. Resilience and resistance to tyranny, oppression. Yeah, I agree with that. My words.
Yeah,
I agree.
Resilience.
So again, so that we can stay on code, we don't want to give those type of defining statements as to what culture is. Those are principles that inhabit and that are a part of our culture. But again, our culture are the things that you can identify, and those things are ingrained within us. So we are connected.
Right.
We are connected to our culture.
That's the connection. That's our first connection. And the only way you can understand resilience is that you got to understand
resilience is a principle. Right, resilience is a principle that's practiced within our culture, but it's not the defining mechanism of our culture.
Right, young brother. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I mean, I would love to dine.
It is. Hold on, check it out. If you take resilience, don't happen overnight. It don't mean you're resilient because of situations that you
resilience is a result. Resilience is a result. Resilience is a result of our culture. It's a result of our culture. It's not the defining mechanism of. It's not the defining mechanism of our culture. But resilience is as a result of our culture, meaning that because of who we are, because of our identity, because we have no other choice but to be resilient, that is a result of who we are. That's part of our identity.
I agree. I just think that I would love to dive into the vocabulary of
Let's
these
hit a
things.
sister.
Like, we're talking about the vocabulary, right? But again, where is the solution? We get that. However, we get lost and dwell in the vocabulary. But the solution, I think we have to think more about solutionary. You know, I'm all about the revolution, right? But the solution has to be at our forefront. Where are we going? Getting in a chokehold about vocabulary and vernacular, right? The intentions is clear. We here with it. We need solutions. We need boots on the ground solutions, because while we here with it, we're starting low. I need solutions, man. I need to understand, how do I push forward as a young person? How do I push the next generation forward? If you say you failed me, how do I not fail them? So again, it's like I can't get stuck in the vocabulary when I know intentions. All the intentions are clear and powerful and profound. However, I need clear solutions. I got to break this ceiling of debate and get into a ceiling of solution. I need concrete solutions. How do we move forward?
I agree, because that's why I agree with you 100% for the simple fact that the whole basis of the conversation is part of the reason why we are where we are, because our leadership will argue and fight and talk about every damn thing else but exactly what's needed to bring our community forward. And you hit the nail on the head, because what's the solution? We could debate all day about all the other stuff, in which you are right. That's as foolish for us to be sitting here and we get mad. We have home and our kids are dying, and our kids can't read, and we got brothers and sisters sleeping the Rocker Drive, sleeping in tents. I was in D.C. a couple of months ago. I was in D.C. About a year or so ago, and I was surprised that you may have been there. Some of you all may. I had never been. I didn't know that it was as dirty as it was. I'm like, you got people sleeping underneath the Treasury Department.
Yes, sir.
You got literally the Treasury Department. You got people sleeping.
And to be honest, like I think that multiple leaders can exist in different industries. Because when he said, "What industry do we dominate? Do we own? Do we have?" Let's be honest. We need a leader in the medical industry, in the school system, in the healthcare system. We need so many different leaders working at the same time in real estate. The lady said we have a literacy deficiency. Our children can't read. So to be honest, we don't have the time. We years behind, and we got about whatever we definitely far behind. Yeah, we behind. It needs to get done in 2 years. Whatever we are behind. We know we're behind, but we need to get done within 2 years. We got to put time frames. We got to execute. We got to hit target. So again, we know we behind, but we got 2 years to get in front of this demon because this new warfare that we're going to face is like no other. Again, Trump has set a tone. He set a standard here. Top of the year, he set a standard.
It's going to be hard to do.
His son is watching himself. His son is looking at his father and saying, look how my dad set the tone. So again, we need to develop leaders that are going to set a high tone.
It's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to do, but the answer is separation. We keep on trying to be kumbaya, and we trying to integrate, and we trying to work things out with these people. And yes, some of them are cool. I know some. I work with some. They are okay people, but because the system will not allow us to be able to operate, and we will never have peace. As long as we will never have peace.
He did it regardless.
We will never have peace
allow you to do
as long as we are still trying to work with and cohabitate with the white man. Trump is exemplifying, personifying what white privilege is. He's a privileged white male. I was telling somebody today that nobody in the history, and you can look it up, nobody in the history of this country that ever for the presidency has ever qualified, and I'm saying more than Kamala Harris. And I'm not a Kamala Harris fan. I voted for her because she was a sister. Okay? Oh. But I'm not a Kamala Harris fan either. Nobody qualified. Nobody, I don't want to hear nothing negative about her. Nobody qualified more than that black woman. Nobody on the history of the
Okay.
ever qualified.
There is a such thing as white privilege, but there's a black privilege too. And I want to talk about how black privilege, and there's a book, right? Black privilege, yes it is. Opportunity comes, and this is clear, opportunity comes to those who create it. That's black privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. We got to create opportunities to have black privilege because it's possible. We break records more than anybody else. We stay breaking records. Come on now. So again, forget what we can do in the past, what we can do right now. Man can do what man has done, what man will do. So again, what can we do right now? What can we do?
Let me ask a question to our therapist brother. Therapist, you there? Yes, sir. The sister mentioned something pretty interesting. I find it's a very interesting subject. I have thoughts on Maduro too, but I'll share those later. I got to ask you this. White privilege. I'm sure you've heard of that term before. Have you heard of that? I've lived under it my entire life. So you believe there is such a thing as white privilege? It rules the world. We saw it play out in Venezuela. Okay.
Good eye.
Thank you. Can I chime in?
What?
I want to ask the young sister and the young black brother that was speaking. Do y'all live in Chicago? Yep.
Yes, sir. I've lived on the south side, Bronzeville, and I lived in Rogers Park. I'm currently, on the north side. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all sound pretty astute and know right now all eyes are on Chicago. Mm-hmm. It's a group of people. Get behind them. Chicago Flip Red is trying to dismantle the Chicago machine. Get behind them because I know not only that fight they're fighting, they believe and want to fight for reparations. Get behind them. That's boots on the ground right now. That's boots on the ground right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
They're doing fantastic work. They're doing fantastic work.
I think that's
and you want to do yourself some justice, get behind them.
I agree. I think that's great. And I think, too, what I'm asking from the generation that, you know, the wiser generation is not to give up on organizations that are new, organizations that may not sound like you or look like you. I'm asking that we support and pour into us. I really appreciate you bringing that up because, again, don't think it falls on deaf ears. You telling me what to do. I need, and I feel like you owe it to us to keep telling us what to do. Don't give up on telling. You know, we get lost in conversations a lot, and it seems like the younger generation isn't listening. But these are one of the reasons why I stay on these type of calls, because I want you to understand that you are vital to us thriving, not giving up on us. What you pour into me, I'm taking it and I'm pouring it into Gen X, right? I'm a millennial. So I just don't want us to stop talking. These generations got to talk to each other. We have to learn from each other. Even though I'm not saying pick up bad habits, but I'm an improvement of the generation that came before me. I want to improve on whatever y'all bring to the table. So I just appreciate you guys. I love our conversations, and don't give up on us. Now, I'm a millennial, and I know it comes with a lot of eyebrows, and we sensitive, a little emotional, but don't keep talking to us. No, and we need y'all. If we don't say it enough, no, and I'm not trying to speak for nobody, but I'm going to let it be known. I need the elders. I need the wiser community. I need you guys, and I need the failures. I needed you to fail. I needed you to not do this right or not do that right. So I can say, man, let me make sure I do this different. It's not about being right or wrong. It's that you tried that, you threw it up against the wall. Maybe it didn't work, but that means I can throw it up against this wall and see if that works.
Hey, youngster.
So again, I appreciate you guys.
Youngster, you mentioned something, the young millennial female. You mentioned something called black privilege. And I think I've heard that before. Tell me exactly, what is that black privilege?
Yeah. So honestly, it's been a conversation. There's some books on it. It's been a conversation. There's some think tanks that me and my collective has been having. We've had this conversation in UNIA. We've had this conversation in the NSCA, at different schools and different think tanks. And what I'm seeing is that a lot of times black privilege kind of falls on the idea of cheating the system. That's in one sense. In one sense, that's in a cheat of the system. That's in one sense. Cheating right. It can say a cheat of the system, right? Or it could, okay, so for example, you know, it's a privilege that you're taking advantage of, right? I'm not saying it's a complete definition, but there's also, for example, tell your story when you go to college, and they're like, tell your story, give your application, and you have to tell this horrendous. It was a meme going around or a skit going around, and if you told this horrible, sad story, you could get a scholarship for $5,000, right? Oh, my mom was on drugs, or it's a thing of being able to get in a door that otherwise would have been closed, but it's now open because of a skin color or because of, a lineage, which you're tied to. Oh, for example, too, you know, we were having a conversation and a lady mentioned black privilege under the umbrella of our men being able to have the excuse of, oh, no, I can't, or no, they ain't gonna let me, or no. And it's like, that's black privilege that you are taking advantage of just because you can't sit at Walgreens, or just because you can go down here and get a Social Security check, don't mean that it's right that you do it. Black privilege can be in a thing of like, it's taken in a lot of different connotations, so just depending on the bias or depending on how you look at it, there's black privilege.
It sounds like with their two things. Number one, there's someone in the chat who talks is a fool in the chat, and this person is saying that I'm baiting you and telling you not to answer. I'm not baiting anybody.
Not at all.
Okay, I'm not trying to set up anybody. Wow. I'm not baiting anybody. But it sounds like
my words are my own, and I take pride in what I say.
Let me say this. So it sounds like black privilege is, my interpretation, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's black people using, and I'm paraphrasing, their victimization to get what they want in life.
Or a social advantage. Yeah.
Okay, a social advantage.
Or you capitalizing on the culture. Which, when you talk about culture, look at the hip-hop culture. So they found a way to say, let me infiltrate this hip-hop culture if I dress like this and sound like this, right? If I'm mimic his voice or wear her clothes, I can infiltrate inside the hip-hop culture. It's a black privilege that they know is for us, but, you rise away. It's an advantage. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you, how does reparations factor into that?
Okay, I think that when you have, going back to a culture, right, when you have a social group that says we are demanding reparations due to what is done to us for corrective action, I think that's where our black privilege comes into play, to where we can take social advantage of the reparation and then correct the narrative and then correct the trajectory, and therefore, create a new sense of restorative justice, or a new sense of.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. So I don't mean to interrupt you, but black privilege is a good thing, is what you're saying.
It can be, and like I say, it's subjective based off of connotation. But again, I look at the social advantages that we have because we're black, and there are a lot of social advantages that we have. And I think that whether we want to admit it or not, there's a lot of the black card. There's a lot of you got here because you're black. To be honest, I know that I enter rooms that I'm not supposed to be in, and it's like how I get in here. Maybe they did need to be. Okay, we need one.
Do you support reparations?
I absolutely do. I definitely do. I think that it's equivalent. I mean, there's no one else who has our story. It's not even equivalent to nothing that we've ever seen in history that was done to us. And the long-term effects that it has on us, so I absolutely think that it's mandatory. If the Holocaust is still getting paid out, we should.
They are.
Yes, absolutely. We should be, because again, the side effects, the consequences we see today, it shows up in our DNA. We see it in it. We see it today.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But again, I appreciate everybody.
I believe that terminology came about from people feeling uncomfortable about white privilege. She gave a good example of the advantage black people can use, that black privilege, but that privilege in the college forum or to get scholarship or whatever, that's requested.
Mm-hmm. So, and you know what? And to answer that, what you're saying right there. To answer what you're saying right there, when it comes to what she's saying about black privilege, is black privilege is not the same as white privilege. Black privilege is as a result of white privilege. Black privilege is, well, since white people got it, I'm going to give somebody black a special opportunity. But see, white privilege is backed by the power structure. And so as long as we are not the dominant power structure, white privilege will always be white privilege. And so we have not and are not in position to really attain the type of resources and the type of backing that's necessary to really consider black privilege to be as if it was like white privilege, because it's not. Black privilege is just as a result of white privilege, meaning it's a counter act. It's a response to.
It's not established. White privilege is established and it's ingrained in society.
Brother, two questions for you. Two questions. Have you benefited from black privilege? And yeah, have you benefited from? Tell me if you benefited from black privilege.
Black privilege is not the same as white privilege.
Well, I know that part, but have you benefited from black privilege?
Black privilege, black. We have.
Why she laughing?
We have no privilege. We have no privilege. We have no privilege. Now we have no privilege. So we can say we can call it privilege, but you know we might have favor. We might have somebody that might look out for us, and somebody that might find commonality with us and do something in turn for us. But it's not that. It's not that type of power structure. Let's say my black privilege, your black privilege can be impeded upon at any given time due to white privilege. White privilege cannot be impeded upon at any given time due to black privilege.
Brother, have you benefited in your lifetime from black privilege?
No.
Okay. So if black privilege is a response to white privilege, like as Neely Fuller would say, a compensatory concept or action, then is it truly a privilege? Bill,
exactly.
Have you benefited from black privilege?
Nope, not even having the black privilege going in the hood, knowing that I'm black, that I'm gonna get out. Absolutely. and
why you laugh?
206.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
206 is what you're saying is nail on what the young buck was just saying, because a privilege it gives you a step ahead, a step above. I've seen black people in high places, and not just our politicians, in the working world that might have the ability to hire black people, but they don't, or they will. They let one get by, but when the boss ain't looking, you know.
Well, they might even want, and they might want to. They might want to, but the power structure won't allow it.
Them wanting to is irrelevant. Whether
that's why
I said that's what matters. I'm sorry.
This here is heavy, and to get somewhere. No. 206, we on to something, and we getting to talk to some young people that seem like they got some sense. I swear, I hope they carry it back and be able to get one other young person.
Me too. Yeah, sister, why you laughing? Why you giggling in the back? In the background. Bill, what's that, Bill?
I was getting ready to speak on a situation. Matter of fact, I was talking to Sister Jessica and Martin maybe a week or two ago, and we were talking about all of what we're talking about now, and white terrorism and all this other stuff. And she brought up the fact that we were taught not to discuss religion and politics. Okay. And I sat back and I thought about it. I'm like, wow, don't discuss religion and politics.
They only say that to black people.
Right, because why would we talk about religion when 90-some% of the people were Baptists?
Yeah.
And why would we be talking about religion when 90-some% of the people was voting Democrat?
You know why they tell you not to discuss religion and politics, big brother?
Go ahead.
Because
I think I know why. Go ahead.
Because everything in the world is based on religion and politics, and you as a black man, they don't want you to have any power in this world. So that's why they tell you that. because everything in the world is run off of religion and politics.
I agree. That was my thoughts behind it. Once I thought about it.
Exactly. Conviction is religion, and decisions are politics. Decisions are policy. So there's only two things: the mind of the people, and the land and the resources. Religion controls the mind of the people, and the politics control the land. A man gave a good definition of religion. He said, religion is the thing that keeps the poor man from killing the rich man. And politics is the thing that keeps the rich man in power. Politics is a pile of tricks. Poly in Greek means many. A tick is a bloodsucker. So the word politics means many bloodsuckers. And the body that the ticks are sucking on is the black man worldwide. Why? Because we're ignorant of who we are. We have no knowledge of self. And so when you don't have knowledge of self, you automatically become, that self-ignorance leads to self-destruction. And like the brother said, that's our culture. That's our real culture, is death and self-destruction. Selling dope.
That's our culture?
Yes, selling dope.
That's heavy.
Selling dope to each other, and
that's our culture?
Can I finish? Selling dope to each other, drill music, hateful rap, shooting each other, the brothers getting sisters pregnant and leaving them. Single moms. 90% of black females are divorced single moms. We don't have families anymore, and the proof of it is 90%. And the proof of it is something called gentrification. Since we don't have families, everybody's coming in and taking our old neighborhoods from us. And gentrification is taking place from New York to California and every city in between.
But I agree and disagree.
Yes,
that that's perceived to be our culture. What's going on when white terrorism, as you want to put it, instead of white supremacy, tore that down? When we had that, when we were able to thrive without a helping hand or a crutch, our people were doing all right. As a matter of fact, our people are doing way better than what the media want to make us believe. They want everybody to believe, including us, and some of us believe that most of us is tied up into the system, gang banging, kids gang banging, shooting, and that's not the case. I know more people that's doing well, even young people. I ain't gonna say all of them are older. I know more young people, older people, or whatever, working class people, thriving and surviving.
But that's more than that's your small circle, brother.
The one
that's your small circle.
No.
That's your small circle.
No, that ain't much. That's not my small circle.
You know everybody.
I've been around.
You know everybody in the country. You know everybody in the country. Blacks are down.
No, I don't know everybody in the country.
Somebody just talked about how
it's down according to the media.
No, somebody just talked about how they.
Ask yourself.
Who was that that just went to Washington D.C. and saw a bunch of people living up under a bridge, brother?
Right. Yeah, but
somebody on here said that.
Yeah, come on,
divorced in America. You said
no. I said that. No, I said
now,
each one of y'all ask yourself the question: how many people you the people within the people that you know? And I come from I'm gonna say this: I come from a people and a family and friends that runs from the street to operational managers at manufacturing companies. I work, and I'm not gonna let my age depict what I'm seeing, because I stay in contact with my nephews, my younger cousins. I see them, and I got some of them that's out here doing some of the stuff that we don't want to talk about or hear about. They YNs, they out there, but I know more black people doing. I know more black people that's thriving and surviving than I do the wrongdoers.
I just want to say that, like, as a young black person, as a young millennial, right? I was born in '93. I think that in my generation, I see a lot of us struggling with chemical imbalances. You know, a lot of us struggling with trauma. So we are trying to figure out how to lay the groundwork for something that has never been done. Making millions of dollars on social media, right? Trying to figure out how to own homes. Trying to figure out how to keep a full-time job while you're suffering from mental health, while you are kind of pushing in the background your molestation or your abandonment or, you know, your estrangement from family or even your drug addiction. But you're still getting up, taking care of kids. We're taking on so much. So we do fall victim. I'm not denying that. We fall victim of a lot of the bad habits. However, it is a ton of us who get up after we do these bad habits on the weekends. We get up and go full time to work in hospitals. We're entering fields that haven't been entered in our household generation ever before. We come from a generation where everybody was nurses, everybody was CNAs, everybody was wiping asses, and now we're filtering into different industries. We got so many people in the fashion industry. We got so many people in the real estate industry. We got so many young individuals who are in the entrepreneurship. So when we talk about young people, you also have to talk about what we are carrying. Mind you, a lot of us millennials were born in the 90s, us baby. But yet, we're entrepreneurs, we're homeowners, we're real estate agents, we're photographers, we're creators, you know, we're social media influencers. We killing a game out here. Yes, we are. However, we're still trying to navigate instead of pay for something that's never been done before. So we're trying to take what you gave us and make lemonade, if you will. So I definitely think we have to kind of think about some of the words we choose to say, because again, what we endured, I mean, the DCFS system, the crack baby era, we are that generation. We was born in that. When you left, we were still there in them houses. So when you talk about the YNs, you also have to think about what they've been through and what their challenges are and what they're trying to get to, right? So I just think you got to put a little bit more grace on that. You have to put a little bit more grace on that.
I always do, because I am a product of being the person who used the drugs. I'm the product of the person who sold it in the masses. I'm the product of the person that went to jail. All of this, and I didn't see no wrong in it then, first generation, because my grandmama didn't experience the things that I experienced. But I saw the devastation, and now that I look back on it, it was horrible. It was one of the worst situations that any human being could really be put in, especially as a child.
I'm sorry,
at least I find some comfort in what I was doing. I did have enough heart. If I did see some kids left alone to make sure they were all right or that they ate, if I had any kind of wind that their mother had left them and they didn't have nothing to eat, she sold the food stamp, I'm gonna make a way for them. I'm gonna.
I appreciate that.
I can't. The morals and input that my parents and grandparents put in me, and now I see wrongness of it. I played a very bad part in distributing and being the devil's advocate in this horrendous thing that happened to my people.
Well, I appreciate you for your confession. I appreciate you for your confession, but I also think that, like, you have to give a lot of grace when it comes to these YNs and young people, because we go hard on these young people, but considering what we did to these young people, we killing the game, we doing our big ones. Like, we are really thriving with this AI, and we're creating business and real estate. But I do think that we just have to be mindful sometimes. But I appreciate your confession.
I'm proud if they work at a warehouse or a gas station. If I see a young black man working anywhere, first thing I do, if I see him the first or the second time, I'm a compliment, because considering doing what I used to do.
Exactly. Considering somebody took my mama out, somebody took my drugs, took my daddy out, just be mindful that, like, dang, this person probably is in distress. I ain't giving nobody no excuse either, and I'm not trying to place any blame on anyone, but I do think we got to do better at just being mindful of the young generation. You know, everybody should. They can love all.
And love each other. And love on each other.
Yeah. Well, all trauma has to be addressed, and what happened to us has to be placed in a historical context. And if that does not happen, then we can't move forward. And that's why blacks haven't been able to move forward at this point, because we haven't accepted the reality of what has happened to us and what we've been through. We crack and what was the other trauma? Crack and fatherlessness. That was a nuclear bomb that was dropped on every black community. And what we went through was worse than what the Jews went through under Hitler, and it's worse than what the Japanese went through in 1944 when Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed with nuclear bombs by the United States. If you don't know where you're at, you can't map in where you're going. And what proves that is your GPS, and what proves that is your Uber. When you order an Uber, they ask you where you at, and then they ask you two things: where you at and where you going. And the problem is we hadn't clearly defined where we at.
That blame thing, man, that was on point, because we know where the blame lies, and we have to make who has done the responsible party to our people, the responsible party. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Make them. They have to face up to accountability. Right. And this thing is, yes, we endured slavery, Jim Crow, which lasted almost as long as slavery. And it's things that has happened from 60 years ago all the way up until now. And they're not minor things. And that crack, the drugs, and the guns are horrific things that has happened to us as a people. And we ain't talking about the red line and some of the other stuff being knocked down, and having a whole world come in as minorities and take our place and put us 5 notches down. It's just time after time after time, event after event after event. That's why I look at this Maduro stuff as America being America.
Right.
Whether it's right or wrong, legal or not, it's not nothing that.
It's called history repeating itself, brother.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Same playbook. So we can't get distracted with what we see. All we can do is label it. That looks like white supremacy or white terrorism.
Right.
That looks exactly like before, and we know how each time people use or put it out to let our legislators and people say things like, how they gonna pay for that? No. Or they done gave reparations to so-and-so. No, they ain't gave my reparations to nobody. It's still there. Because America has been able to come up with money to do whatever America needs. Or corporate America, the top 1%, along with their lobbyists. They come up, they can afford anything they want.
Well, it's an extreme proof
in the pudding. I said it before. How if you gave black people, this is how hateful white terrorism and supremacy is. If you gave black people their proper money that you said you were going to pay them and owe them after denying them all these years from 1865 all the way up to now, because you've still been doing stuff. It ain't like it stopped back then and forget about it. No, it's still stuff happening. If you gave black people their money, it would be the biggest spike in America history. Grant that most black people, the ones I know, some will do right, some will do wrong. Whatever they do, that's their business. That's the way I feel. Whatever they do, that's their business. But it would be the biggest spike in the American economy. And who would benefit from it? The top 1%, the corporate America, and politicians and whoever has investments in this country will be the biggest spike ever in life. But there's no one from our politicians to the lobbyists to the top 1% to the investment firms to say, yeah, you should give it to them, which lets you know that it's a big, ugly monster that don't want you to have it when they are the one that's going to benefit. If they gave every black person $500,000, every foundational black American $500,000, it'll benefit us individually. It could benefit us as a whole. If we're spending $1.6 trillion annually, then sound like to me it would automatically shoot up to maybe $5 trillion.
Right.
Without a shadow of a doubt. $5 trillion.
I think that it has to be intentional on our part. It has to look like our money being funneled intentionally. And when I say that, that means that every industry has to create contracts within itself that fuel the black infrastructure. So what that would look like is our schools having a contract with our therapists, who have a contract with our, it has to look like an intentional funnel, an intentional system. The therapists having a contract with the hospitals having a contract with it has to be an ongoing funnel, a system in order for the economic
It just can't be tangibles for each foundational black American. It has to be other resources like training centers, mental health. It's a lot to go along with it.
Absolutely. That's why it's important that there's leaders in every infrastructure, in every system, in order for there to be a system in place, a funnel in place. It has to be a contractual 3-year. Every 3 years, we're going to renew this contract intentionally, so that therefore we can create.
You just use the perfect word. You use the word infrastructure, and the problem is black people are the only people on planet Earth that do not have one.
That's not a problem. That's a solution. We just got to create it.
No, that's
not a problem.
No. We've had it. We've had it before. We have
to deploy it again. If we had it before, that's great. We just have to deploy it again.
You can't deploy it again when the people don't have the concept of unification in their mind. And the contracts mean nothing without the ability to fulfill the contract. I do contracts all the time.
Hey, therapist. You say infrastructure.
Go ahead, brother.
Just real quick, when you say, I don't mean to interrupt you, but when you say we're the only people in the world that don't have infrastructure, and here I go asking these questions again. What exactly do you mean when you say infrastructure? So I understand what you're saying, because I'm not sure.
Yeah, infrastructure is we have a system of multiplicity of businesses in place where those businesses are synergistic amongst them and do trade amongst themselves. See, the problem. This is why black people are the richest. We're the richest people on earth, but have the least, because look at how wealth is built. Who are the wealthiest people? Let's go down the list of the wealthiest people in the world. The Jews. We're going to deal with Jews. We're going to deal with whites. We're going to deal with Mexicans. We're going to deal with all people. Where do they get their wealth from? Here's the secret to cultural wealth. Here's the secret to people's wealth. The secret is, how many times does your dollar circulate amongst your people before it leaves your people? Jews are number one in the world. Their dollar circulates 36 times. It touches a Jewish business 36 times before it leaves that community. Next are the Indians. Their dollar circulates about 18 times before it leaves the Indian community. Chinese, Orientals are next. Their dollar circulates 16 times before it leaves their community. Mexicans are next. Their dollar circulates 10 to 12 times, or about 12 times. Well, whites are next. Their dollar circulates 12 times before it leaves their community. Mexicans are next. Their dollar circulates 10 times before it leaves their community. Blacks are dead last. Their dollar circulates 0 times before it leaves their community. They go to the check casher or wherever, and go to all other nationalities for their goods and services. And see, we don't have the culture. Going back to an hour ago, we don't have the culture. When you have a culture, you capture. Culture captures wealth, money, and resources to circulate within that culture. And we don't have a culture to capture and trap that dollar. And the reason we don't have a culture is because we lack somebody just said the word love. We don't have self-love because we're full of self-ignorance, and self-ignorance leads to the self-destructive culture that we're now in, that's dominated by drugs, alcohol, and single moms. And we've lost our communities, we've lost our families. Gotcha.
Really quickly, I was wondering that.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just wondering, because this is the same. I just want to be clear. You have multiple businesses, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So within your business infrastructure, I'm wondering, do you have a bathroom inside one of your facilities or one of your, brick and mortars? Right? If you have a bathroom, I'm just asking, does the tissue that you have inside your bathroom, is that from a black manufacturer? Is the soap that you use in your bathroom from a black manufacturer? Is the cleaning supplies from a black manufacturer that you have a contract with that guarantees your supply and demand for tissue paper within your brick and mortar business structure?
Well, you're making the point I just made. I don't have anybody. No. We don't have. Answer her question. We don't. I'm answering. I'm answering. Will you quit over talking me? Thank you. Okay, no problem. You just made the point I just made. We don't have an infrastructure to capture the dollars that I want to spend. We don't have the vendors to do that. So the answer is yes. I have to spend my money with other people because we don't have that infrastructure. Okay. Now, if there was a black toilet tissue vendor, I'd be the first in line. If there was a black,
if I send you the information to Freedom,
there's got to be.
If I send you the information to Freedom Tissue, that is located right there at the Culture Connections, that stay in full supply of black tissue, black detergent, black soap. Could you just hypothetically, could you contract with them for 5 years to only be supplied tissue, soap, and detergent for your business structure for the next 5 years to guarantee that you guys have a funnel or a system in place? Could you potentially do that?
All businesses start with something called a feasibility study. Is it doable? Now, if I would be more than happy to, you're not letting me finish again. If I have to pay exorbitant or inordinate shipping costs, that would make my patronization of that business counterproductive. If I'm losing money, if I have to pay $80 a week to ship, then that's not viable. That's not doable. But if the shipping costs were if it was feasible, if we did a feasibility study and I would even pay a little more than what I pay other people, other nationalities. Yeah, I pay a little more just to support another black business.
Of course, we want to look at the profit and losses. We want to look at the feasibility. Absolutely, we want to look at the profit and losses, the feasibility, and what we can do on a yearly basis or a contract, a 6 months basis, right? We want to look at all of the metrics that go into it, right?
Right, exactly.
I'm looking at the possibility of what was not done 2025 and what could be instituted in 2026, right? Even with the explanation that you gave, it says there is a possibility to create an infrastructure that previously wasn't here, but we can deploy something new in order to start the demonstration. As my generation see your generation's demonstration, we got something here, King. That's all I'm saying. So don't tell me what we can't do and what we don't do and that we suffer from. Tell me what we can do and what we can do based on what we have, right? So I think that a lot of times my passion, my heart is so heavy with the possibilities that I know our people are capable of doing. We're more than just self-destruction. We got more in us than just wading in the waters of defeat.
What did you say about what did you say about self-destruction? What did you say?
We're more than people who have self-destructed. Even if we have self-destructed in the past, we can resurrect like the phoenix. Come on now, we did it. There's Mansa Musa right here today walking around, but if somebody don't tap into his Mansa Musa, we won't never know he existed. So my thing is, if I was defeated yesterday, stop reminding me of my defeatism. I'm trying to be victorious tomorrow. So if you can help me with that, if we can create funnels and systems and infrastructures by something as simple as supplying a bathroom with a need of a tissue. Let's work on that. Show me that demonstration. Nurture that demonstration. Nurture that culture of innovation. Because it wasn't there last year. Let's make it possible this year. That's all I'm saying.
That's always been there. That's nothing new.
We got endless possibilities within our community and our culture, but to look back at
first quarter, can we do that? First quarter, can we make that possible? First quarter, can we manifest that? Can we put that system in place first quarter? I'll come to every one of your business and I'll make the chain. I can draw up the contracts. I'm in real estate. I draw up contracts. I draw up all types of paperwork. Can we draw up the contract right there? Can everybody commit to the commitment? That's why I laugh a lot, because I want to hear commitment instead of like, I'm a woman, so I hear a lot of men, they talk, they court, they play, but don't nobody commit. If I can hear commitment in us, so where can we commit to first quarter, finding a simple connection, a simple funnel? If we start with simple funnels, it's got to be a way that we hold ourselves accountable to actually achieving the target instead of talking about the target.
I agree and I disagree. Right now, we up against a fight. I say I agree and disagree. Right now, we need to get people who's going to speak for us and represent us in this major struggle, this major fight. I get and I see what you're saying, and I hear what he's saying. The system has been designed where we are being held back. Those other nationalities, of course, they got their dollars circulating. There's no black businesses, no black towns where everything is black, and there's no black manufacturers.
Atlanta, Georgia is predominantly black, and they thrive. Atlanta, Georgia thrives. You mean to tell me when a man get with a man, he can thrive in their city? When a woman get with a woman, she can thrive and create businesses. They thrive in Atlanta, Georgia. It's crazy as much as I can say it.
Now this is what I'm saying. Say for instance, with the buying tissue offline from black people, black soap or whatever. Please believe, just like Martin Johnson said, yeah, it'll circulate from me to the black soap maker, but that black soap maker is gonna end up getting his product from a white man, a Jew.
No, it's not. There's a black manufacturing company. There's a black manufacturing company that does not just distribute, but they manufacture Freedom Tissue. Look it up. I was selling it for quite some time. You have a distributor and a manufacturer.
And he's gonna get that paper to make that tissue from a white man. That's what I'm getting trying to get the raw material to see. Yeah, the raw material. It's not. It's not circulating because we don't own anything other than to sell to one another. If that's the way the system has been rigged, and that's what we're trying to come from up under.
No. They actually do. There's Freedom Tissue. They distribute and manufacture. They have a factory that manufactures this tissue. They also do True, the detergent. They create it. They do it in there. But my thing is, we need to. One thing that the other cultures capitalize on is the pen. The pen has always been mightier than the sword. I've heard that a lot. Maybe it's not true. Maybe it is. But the pen is so mighty because it binds agreements. So we have to start binding agreements and contracts with one another. Let's not go to the granular level of the ingredients, but to say, this is a manufacturing company, this is we can distribute, and I agree with the metrics, and does the quantity make sense for the palate. I understand the metrics, but if it makes sense, let's start creating small connections so we can learn from those small connections in order to create larger infrastructure. If they have created infrastructures that lead the children from the school system to the jail system, we know that's working. It works. Even though it's wrong, it works. Now, we can create another system to counteract that system.
Now, I'm going to agree with you to this degree of it. You are right. The pen is mightier than the sword. And if black businesses have black people on board with these contracts, that gives them more buying power, more credit, more ways to expand with having these contracts. I agree with that. But we up against a big, ugly demon. Any other nationality that the therapist named, if the same thing that was put on black people was put on them, I don't care if it's Winnetka, Oak Brook, Illinois, some of the most.
But this will give us our black privilege. It ain't no other race like us. It's no other race like us. So even though we are up against the monster, we David and Goliath in this John. So it's no surrender, no retreat. We too knee deep in it. It ain't time to tuck the tail. It's time to put the full armor. Put the full armor on and declare it so. It's war already. So armor up. Let's gear up. Let's get our pens out. Get the contracts ready. And then when we create small chains of connections, they gonna come to our door. They gonna be busting up our door. They want what we got anyway. This is what makes black privilege a privilege. Because we black, we authentic, and what we say go, they won't. Give them something to want. If we create the infrastructure, if we create the funnels, they gonna want it. They gonna
18.
They're gonna have to buy into it though.
I'm gonna sign out. My eyelids are getting heavy. I'm gonna sign out. It's been a pleasure spending time with y'all. Great conversation.
Peace.
All right.
Thank you, 206. Thank you.
You have a good one, man.
Thank you, 206.
It is 12. Sorry if I was a little long-winded, Martin.
That was you. Hey, don't be beating up on my followers now. They love me. Yeah. Hey, y'all. I'm sorry. That's why I got the screen. I don't know what happened to the sound, so I apologize. We got talking deep, and so sometimes Facebook or do something like that and mess with the sound. All of a sudden the sound just went bad. So my apologies on that. So that's why I stayed on here a little longer to make up for the time that we kind of missed out.
We've been rolling.
I know. I've been right here. I've been listening.
I heard all.
Go ahead.
And I heard them and you the whole time on YouTube, but I do have to admit your volume on my end was low. I can hear you, but it was lower than what it was. But can't nothing stop what's about to go down.
That's right.
with your listeners and your people.
All right. I appreciate you guys. I really do.
It's a plethora of knowledge that's been passed back and forth. We know the problem and we got the solution. We just gotta stick together.
Oh, I got Old Timer on here. I didn't know he was on here. I ain't look, Old Timer. Go ahead, Old Timer.
Yes, I hats off to the what is the think tank guy.
Okay.
You have on there tonight. Okay. I keep hearing the brother, trying to slip the slip red in there. I keep hearing that. what I'm saying is, what's wrong? Okay, you address. I've been on you for a couple hours. I ain't said nothing. What's wrong? I don't see nothing wrong with reparations. We all know this. We all know this uphill battle.
I want Bill and all these other people to do. I don't want them and Mother Dawson and all them. I don't want them to bring this fight to us. I want them to take this to the white people. That's what I want them to take this to. And I want them to tell the white people what they owe us. But see, you keep talking about us. We don't have the money. Now, I brought up something about the San Francisco thing, and somebody, told us how that was going to go. I heard something about the money circulating in the community. I've been hearing that for years. Not circulating. Well, it's not circulating, but that it needs to circulate. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly how. They say the Jews circulate 8 times. No, 30 times. 30 times. Okay, 30 times. And you gave some was an example. But well, brother, a lot of this stuff is not stuff that we sit around at the lunch table and talk about. Now you got our think tank people, our college educated people that talk about this. They do. But white people involve not only college educated people, they involve lower from the lowest rank of employment all the way up to the highest rank of employment in all of their conversations. And you can go to almost any white person and you can ask them a question about something and they'll know how to answer. Most of us, we know a lot about basketball. We keep on worrying about who's the greatest. I keep worrying about who's the GOAT. And then you ask them something about, well, what you think about money circulating in our community? Well, I don't know anything about that. But you go to a white person, they know about it. So what I want Bill and all them to do, I want them to take this to the legislature, and I want them to present facts to them and show them. And I want them to, them people that's trying to flip red, don't bring it to the black people no more. Take it to the white people and gain all of their support and show them how this is going to benefit not only black people, but how it's going to benefit people, period. Because when it comes down to it, your program is going to have to incorporate everybody. Now, we want black businesses, and we're going to say support black businesses. But the bottom line is that you got to support everybody, because that's what we do at the gas station. That's what we do at Jewel. That's what we do at all other stores. And then we finally get one of the black stores. Bill Winston got a black store out there. But, you're going to have to take some time to go out there. And then people going to start complaining, well, the lines are too long. But lines going to be too long because all of us going to be going out there keeping the store going until we get some other black stores open like that, which is going to be hard to do. So the minute you keep hollering about, well, black, well, then the white people going to listen to you, but you better come up with a plan, and that plan better be so foolproof that they even themselves going to invest into it. But I don't want to hear y'all talk about, bringing this fight to the black people no more. I want you to take it to the people that's able to do something about it. And the white people is able to fund it, they're able to give you the money, they're able to support you, and they're able to stand up with it. So that's what I hear, because I have told you before, Martin, and I told this panel before, that white people have 10 times more things going on in their community than black people do. But we got sports. We don't really have a big old gardening thing. We don't really have a big old housing, housing competition type thing. We don't have no big thriving, neighborhood where other than what we live from day to day. Those people have different things going on in their neighborhood that they support. Some of the stuff is not important to us. All we want to do is survive from day to day. That's all we want to do. That's not what they want to do. They got heaven on earth, and they're going to live their heaven on earth. And so that means that their money is going to support marathons, is going to support, they just had their polar plunge. They had their money for that.
You say the polar plunge.
All their white gatherings. So black people can't really throw up a real meeting when anybody that's throwing the budget together. Anybody on this phone that's throwing the budget together, and they're going to need $450,000 to fulfill it. You better make sure that every dime that you got on that piece of paper is going to be covered. If we give you $450,000, now you better make sure all of it is going to be covered, because white people will make sure all this is going to be covered, even if they got to have somebody blacktop the street out there. They're going to make sure all of it is covered. So they're going to give you the money, brother. But we got to make sure that we have something to do with it afterwards.
Absolutely, and I also agree with what you just said too. Like, we gotta have more conversations other than basketball and football and the Bears winning and on the road. We do have to be a little bit more open, because I don't have a college degree. I don't have any formal education, and to be honest, I get a lot of this from listening and just having conversations and being open to conversations I haven't heard before. So I think at some point we have to say, man, this is what's going on. Let me sit, let me listen, let me think about this. Like, I think that depending on other people to come in and just give us money like it's going to fix our issues is one way to go about it, but really challenging ourselves to do the work too and be open to these conversations, because we used to do this stuff with a lot less and we had a lot more. Great grandma had a lot less, but they was able to do a lot more. So it's like we have technology, we have all of this at our fingertips. We can do it. We just got to commit to it, put a little time into it. Instead of talking about so much basketball, what do we think about what's going on economically? Like, it's just being brave enough to have a conversation.
Well, black people like the way their neighborhoods are. Just let me finish this. Black people like the way their neighborhoods are. We want to keep them. We want to keep them free. White people control their neighborhoods. You go over to Skokie. You go over to Skokie, and as soon as you hit Skokie, it's going to be quiet. It's going to be tree lined. There's going to be manicured lawns. You're not going to see anybody outside after 5 o'clock. But you come to the black neighborhood, but this is what black people want. So I
work in Skokie, and one thing I know for sure, they contracted. Skokie don't run without contracts. You violate that contract, you getting sued.
Right.
They run off the contracts.
Yeah, you're not going to see nobody working on their car in their driveway. When you come to black neighborhood, they got this car jacked all up, and that's what we want. And you go to Skokie after when your business is shut down. You don't see their cars parked outside their gas stations. All that. And you go to Des Plaines. You go to Oak Lawn. It goes city after city after city. As soon as you come to the blacks don't want that stringent law put on them. We want to be free. We want to be able to operate. And we can't do nothing. They don't want you to let you work on your car. You can't even wash the car on the street. Right. We don't want all that stuff to shackle up. See, we want to be a free, open people to do whatever we want to do, and that includes whatever. Right. Well, I mean, if it's going to be beneficial in bringing money and keep crime down, and you don't have to worry about nothing, that's fine. See, but when you go past the Caucasian neighborhoods, after 5 o'clock, everything shuts down. All you see is them walking your dog after that.
Well, like you said, if it works for us, we should have it. Based off of the community, based off of the ward, right? There's so many different wards in Chicago. Based off of what the ward needs and what the ward wants, I agree with you, absolutely. Because what Skokie doing. But what this ward, what this village is doing, we should have it. We should have whatever is justifiable for our ward and keeps us safe.
But it's Skokie. But as soon as you run out of Skokie, you run into the north side of Chicago, it's the same thing. But when you get to the south side and the west side of Chicago, everything changes. The whole
you gotta look at the
country and everything changes.
The alder woman that governs Rogers Park is different from the alderman or the alder woman that governs Brownsville. You know, you got different wards and wardens that's governing the land. So local politicians are important too.
Yeah, okay, then
I'm listening, Brother Martin. I want to respond. I want to respond to what you said. Number one, I'm not part of Chicago Flip Red, and I like their work. I support them, what they're doing, and I recommend them because of what I see, and I know that Chicago is the epicenter of change. People all over the world is looking to see what's going to happen in Chicago. And I know in my heart of hearts that they don't want the same thing. They up against that machine. It's time for a change. If black people in Chicago can't hold the Democrats accountable for what they did, I ain't saying they got to leave the Democrats forever, but right now they have to make a statement. And who's making a statement now is Chicago Flip Red. And I hope they have all the success. Marcus. But neither one of the parties, we just seen what happened with this situation in Venezuela. We got Democrats bringing them in, now we got Republicans taking them out. Been saying on this show was a money grab before it even happened. Now one of the parties are for us. Neither one. We see it. It's been said or shown to us. You don't have to say it. All you got to do is keep showing us. Like Martin say, George Blakemore say, you just keep treating me the way. You ain't got to call me one. And it needs to be a change, and they have a major voice in the change. Whether it's a Republican, a few other Republicans get in, it ain't no promise that they gonna do right. But we need to be establishing independency. We need independent voters. But one thing for sure, something got to change in Chicago with the whole world watching us. Like I said, I'm not officially Chicago Flip Red, but I bag them, I support them, and just like the young lady said, she want to know what's going on now. That's what our young people are saying. We got to listen to them. She want to be boots on the ground. She wants solutions. I know they got some solutions. They just need support because they got a voice. It's three ladies over there, and they believe in the same thing, and they got one voice. We ain't gonna get nowhere without a voice, and their voice is not just heard in Chicago. Their voice has been heard by the president, the standing president. Their voice has been heard by Congress. So they are a great start at making the change. As long as it's for humanity, Brother Bill. As long as it's for you just had a Muslim mayor got elected in New York. He didn't get up there and talk about black. He didn't get up there for not in country. He put his own plan out there, and his own plan incorporates for the whole city. Every time you keep on bringing up stuff about the black people, you alienating a lot of white people, whether you know it or not. And because they're going to say, well, see, they keep on talking about what's for them. You know, and they're going to go fake like they're going along with it.
I hear what you're saying. Okay.
They're not going along with it. But they're going to fake like they're going along with it. And you keep on alienating them because they're the one that's going to really have the money. Now, they know that he's right. Well, what they got to lose, old timers, when they've been voting black people in, and they going along with them, and ain't getting no results. Well, look at the Congress. Okay, all right. I understand your point. I understand. You know your point, but Chicago. If you get Chicago credit to me, I'd say it's gonna take not only them, the grace of God, because the real fight, we fighting against principalities. The real fight is God. Well, I mean that's what black people like to say, but white people are not really dealing with that. The fact is that Chicago, I ain't worried about what they're doing now. Well, I look at their track record. I know what I look at what they do, and they have made some contributions. And some of them have did some good things. But I ain't saying white people are all bad. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of good white people, but I know what white supremacy and terrorism have done, and what they do. We just seen it. We just seen it. And I'm gonna get you to say it, old timer. You've been on here long enough on Martin's show with me. Ain't no party been for the black people. For what party? Oh, the Republican Party. The Republican Party, ain't no question about that. That ain't what Martin said. Martin Cole did. Oh, Martin said? Yeah. Ain't no party for the
Black Panther. None but the Black Panther.
The Black Panther.
Party.
Right.
That's
the
right.
Black Panther. It hasn't been one, and then one of them are. That's true, and I'm real good friends with one of the top ranking founding members of the Black National the Black Panther Party. Call him up right now. Yeah, you was talking about Fred Hampton Jr. No, right there in your city, Rush.
Bobby Rush.
Bobby Rush.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. You don't get no higher than that.
I don't know about
and
that.
You put Rush on you put Rush on your brother, you will hear something.
All right.
And Rush will tell you. So, but the point is that this is a big old fight, and true enough, they're gonna do all they can. I saw where, and I'm closing. I didn't mean to add this in, but I'm doing it now. J.D. Vance made a comment the other day that white people no longer have to apologize for being white because they done got rid of DEI, and Donald Trump's son said that white men don't have to feel threatened by programs like DEI because we know that we're smarter. We know that we're more qualified. We know that we should get the job. And what they're doing is they're bending everything in the direction to where we're going to be left out if they have their way now. They've been trying this for a long time, but you're right, brother. When you say God, God has helped us up to this point, and He's going to continue to help us. We're going to keep on praying. We're going to keep on praying, and they're not stronger than God. So we some smart people. No, they're not. And we got ingenuity, and we got bright people, and Chicago is just a democratic city, and they got to admit it. I mean, you may flip red for 4 years, but you can rest assured coming back, it's going to be a continuing fight. They're going to have to keep it red. But you may flip it red, but you rest assured it's going to be. It's going to be a tremendous fight to do it, because all you got to do is look at the history of it. It's a Democratic-run city, and it always has been a Democratic-run city. And for Democrats, what I see, and what I said, and what I see is the Republicans wanted to toe hold here. If they sure ain't acting like it. They can support them. Chicago flip red financially, and they need to send a candidate. But that goes to show the game that these people play.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, man,
okay.
I'm with them. Some of them are them, and they got. Thank you. Thank you, Martin.
Okay. All right, old time. I gave your time now. Thank y'all so much. I want to thank our dear sister for
Appreciate you, Martin.
all right, thank my dear sister. She took over for me because I was trying to work on the sounds in the back without stopping, shutting this down because it was getting good though. Shavana, I thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Young Buck still on here?
Yeah, she's still on there listening. Y'all in the quiet.
I enjoyed you. I enjoyed y'all, and I am really proud. I'm proud of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I really am, man. The both of y'all. I don't even know y'all name. I'm gonna remember y'all voice. So proud that y'all came on here and really was speaking with some passion and with some facts and some truth. Can't ask for more.
Okay.
Yeah, hats off to that sister. Hats off to that sister, because he had one sister on there the other night. She cursed so much.
Oh yeah, it's Trina.
On here tonight, right, but this sister on here tonight, the sister on here tonight made everything she said made sense, and she didn't have to say none of that. Can I ask y'all age? I'm young, but how old are you? How old? 47. I'm 32. Oh, you're still a young buck to me.
47, 32.
And how old are you, young lady?
I'm 32.
Yeah. That's a good range. That's a young perfect range. A jazz McCrockett type.
Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, holding in on her. I made it stay on live. I text. I said, "You finna take over. It's your show now." I told her, "Go ahead, and do a thing."
Put it back on there.
Yeah, she on. I'll bring her back. This ain't her first time on here, so I just wanted her to, cause there's a disconnect between the young and the old in the black culture, man. We just.
Why don't you make her your co-host a little bit?
You gotta ask if she can welcome to be there. She gotta want it. Now I can't just force it down her throat. She gotta want it.
I know.
She gotta want it.
I'm listening, and I'm open. I'm honored. There's a contract we can do.
Oh yeah, I got you.
But I'm open.
Keep it on them contracts.
Oh yeah. Hey,
hey. Gotta be mighty.
Right. That's right. Hey, Bill, she don't play. She don't play. She definitely don't play. She's a good friend of mine. I consider her a friend, and she's a wonderful parent. She's a wonderful parent. So it's hard worker. So
thanks.
All right.
But I appreciate hearing from all of you guys again. Keep talking to us. We're listening. We want direction. I really, really do appreciate these long conversations. We get tired. We off work. We land in the bed. We could be scrolling right now. We could be eating unhealthy. But we on the phone, coming up with solutions and thinking about just the possibilities. So I appreciate it. I could be talking to somebody I don't need to be talking to. I could be making real bad mistakes.
You sure
but instead,
can.
I'm on the line with y'all, getting to the work. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. And Bill, the other gentleman, that's my coworker. That's my coworker. Yeah.
The one I addressed as young buck.
Yeah, that's my coworker.
I like him.
He's my call. He's smart.
Your coworker, and even for a 47-year-old, because I know some 47-year, some 45s, 40 to 50-year-olds that they just doing too much and are a bad example for our kids. I ain't gonna lie, man. You see them listen to the same music at the club, steady having relationship problems, men and women.
Yeah. Listen,
right.
I want to say something before we get off here. I really want to chime in, but I just left. When it comes to supporting our black business people, we got to go the extra mile and do it. Let's do that because that helps us. The more we spend money with black people, the more they can hire other black people. Now, there's no excuse for us not to hire nobody to cut our grass, certain things that we could just definitely support black people in. And let's do that, people, because the way it's going, man, we're going to be on the bottom if we don't change the narrative, So I'm not going to put that on us, but we know we all we have. You have some people that don't support black business. They find every excuse not to do it. So most of us, not all of us, black people, we only shop for convenience. Now, when we buying that weed, you know what I'm saying? we go across the country to go get that weed, that good weed, whatever type of substance that we use. That loud. So we buy what we want to buy. And in order for the money to stay in the black community, we must have businesses in the black community and shop with the businesses. We got to support the black businesses, people. Listen, what we got, Bill? What? A beauty shop, barber shop, maybe 1 or 2 tax places.
Funeral
Funeral parlors. We got that. We got restaurants. So little things that we can support, and we could do it. We got the 360, right? My dear sister, over there on 70th and Normal. That's a good place. That's definitely a good place. They have a lot of black products on there. So there is such thing. We do have a black water company, black tissue company. So sometimes we got to make an effort to research. Now, most black people, I didn't know we had this. That's because you wasn't searching, doing the research. So appreciate you. Now, I understand there's some things that we can't buy from each other because we don't have it. I understand that. My thing is we use these corner stores, for like grocery store. They're nothing but slaughterhouse old food and all the old mold food and all. They sell us anything, period. So that's another subject, man. One day we'll get on that. And I appreciate you guys. I got to get out of here.
Appreciate you, Mark.
No problem. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
Uncut, unedited.
Oh, y'all can't hear, but I got
and shame the devil.
And shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. So that's why my sound was messed up. Let me say, you already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. I promise you I do, people. All right. Share the video, like the video. Please do, people. Please.